Start streaming, start recording. Okay, you should be good.
Okay. So, Happy New Year. Last time we left off, you guys had made your way into the Temple of Crushing Water, the elemental Temple of Water, and you fought off some of the front guard, including some strange watery creatures that were being held in bronze jars, and finding what appeared to be the remains of an old dwarven brewery or alchemy lab or something. You're not quite sure what. You continued on. Due to the thanks of your bard, you managed to bargain your way past some singing aquatic trolls into this central plaza. Within the central plaza, there were a few cultists, a few guards, and they were all surrounding what looked to be a merfolk witch of some kind with a sea hag by her side. They were conducting a dark ritual involving a familiar-looking broken compass and a pendant that was hanging around the stolen body of the now-deceased Sir Edward Brock's neck. After some discussion, Sir Edward Brock reanimated with dark powers, and a battle ensued between the Sea Witch, the Hag, her guards, Sir Edward Brock, and the rest of you, including with your dragonborn compatriot Draxon. During the course of the battle, your monk managed to stun Brock, and during that process, Draxon ripped the pendant off of his neck, causing him to fall unconscious. Upon ripping the pendant off of the neck, as part of the process, the witch retreated into the water and summoned the largest turtle that any of you think you had ever seen, and it happened to breathe steam, scalding hot steam. It retreated back into this room with the well, trying to take cover, and in the process, you found that Draxon retreats back into some mist down the hallway and has disappeared, pendant in hand. Using the cover to your advantage, you took out the Sea Witch, but not before she got one last spell off, which had turned your druid into stone, and had caused the deceased body of Sir Edward Brock, who had been recently reanimated as a zombie thanks to the whistle that Dr. Connors possessed, to be teleported to some unknown dimension. You managed to defeat the Sea Witch, however, as well as her gigantic dragon companion. You, as part of the process of looting the bodies, had found that the familiar broken compass, which used to be in the possession of Roran, had some new dark power to it, which seemed to resonate with Kent's staff. Using a magical ritual, Kent absorbed this dark essence for his own within the staff, causing the staff to shape and twist and transform. There are deeper and larger thorns that seem to be growing on the back, or rather the front of the staff, and they seem to drip blood, although there's no mess left behind. It has a far more darker and twisted look to it. You've opted to retreat into this room, where you found two ogres that were absolutely terrified of the noises going on outside. They were scared off, and you've used this room to rest and recuperate. Now, one point I want to ask is, after you absorbed the power from this broken compass, did any of you do anything else with it, or did you leave it be?
I thought it was gone. I thought we didn't have
It's
the compass.
it's not gone, but it seems to be otherwise just inert.
Oh. No, I thought it turned to stone. I thought you told us it turned to stone.
It didn't turn to it didn't turn to stone. So once he absorbed the power, this dark pulsating power that was within this thing, it basically just fell on the floor, and there was nothing else to it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it, but good try.
Have we actually examined it any closer? Other
Go
than
for it.
well,
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking you.
well,
Could I something? I think
What do you
our
want to
mage
do?
should cast Mage Hand and hold it so we can examine it without actually touching it.
to be fair, I did absorb a shitload of it into the staff, correct?
True.
Yes.
I'll pick it up.
Whatever. Okay. You straight pick it up. It appears to be just a broken compass. The needle on the compass just rotates around aimlessly as you kind of twist and turn around the compass itself.
I toss it at Dr. Connors. Here, catch.
Ah!
Make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it.
You try to catch it, and it slips a little bit out of your hand, and it kind of
I don't.
tumbles.
What?
You don't?
No, I try to
Okay.
avoid it. I don't want it
Oh,
that.
okay. Well, in that case, it crashes along the floor behind you,
Good. Where it belongs.
and you hear glass shatter.
Good. Good riddance, I say. And then I look up to the ceiling to make sure that there's no vampires.
Make a perception check. Not that you see.
All right, cool. Oh, cool. All right.
I don't even remember what spells I have left. Hold on, I gotta pull up my friggin'.
We just took a long rest, right?
Did
So,
we?
I wanted to handle those few things before, as sort of a before you head into the room for the rest.
Hey, Kelly.
Oh, okay.
I'll pick up the compass and I'll just hang on to it like in a backpack or something along those lines.
Okay, you pick up the compass off the ground, giving as you pass by Dr. Connors, who looks perfectly happy to just let it lie where it may. As you pick it up, the glasses that covered the front of the compass is now cracked, and bits and pieces of it are shattered. But
Alright.
you're able to place it into a backpack with ease.
All right.
Aside from that, I assume the rest of you then just retreat into this room. You go ahead and you take your long rest. And correct me if there's anything else that you had wanted to do before you retreated in here.
And no, I'm good.
No.
Okay. So I will say that the long rest goes unimpeded. I think you all restored your shit. If you haven't, you have all your spell slots, your hit points, everything else back. While you're in here, for those, go ahead.
Actually, Kelly, while we're in here taking long rest, I'm gonna unattune from my staff and attune to the flame tongue.
Easily done.
Oh, what do I have to roll for Wand of Wonder for recharge?
Let me pull it up.
I just don't recall. By the way, boys, you can't beat that Wand of Wonder roll.
It's 1d6. 1d6 plus 1.
All right. 1d6.
So 5 charges regained.
All right. Well, that puts it back up to where it should be.
Okay. So for those of you who have taken a rest or have otherwise taken watch over the course of this long rest, you've not been bothered, but you've heard plenty of movement and plenty of voices outside of the room.
You would say outside of this room here?
Yes.
Okay.
And possibly to the north.
All
You've noticed during the night while we've been resting, I've been meditating and burning some herbs. And it looks like I'm summoning something, but instead of a demonic creature, a new animal appears by morning when you wake up, and it is this snake named Ka.
Got tired of the got tired of the crab.
Well, the crab died.
The crab died.
Oh
You can't go
yeah.
dying on me. I mean, I could have resurrected it, but that's not my style.
Oh, real fast.
Mhm.
Did we go jumping in the lake to see if we found the dragon's treasure?
No.
I
Oh. All right.
yeah, no, I'm almost positive I went in the water. Did I not?
I don't think we did.
You did not.
I remember debating it and being like, okay, fine.
You debated it, but you never actually did it.
I really thought I did. Okay, never mind.
Okay. So, we're awake. It's morning / whenever we're inside, so I guess I can't tell.
It's 8 hours later, based on what you surmise. You actually went to rest, probably fairly early in the evening. So right now, it's probably really about 3 o'clock at night.
Perfect.
Should,
Everyone's sleeping.
should we head out and see if we can find the dragon turtle's hoard?
Sure.
All right.
Is it a dragon turtle or is it a turtle dragon?
I don't know. I cast mage armor.
Okay, done.
I listen at the door.
Make a perception check. It's soft, but you hear the distant murmur of voices echoing throughout the cavern.
Any particular? I mean, do they sound like they're outside the door? Could we exit?
No, they sound like they're deep in the cavern.
All right, let's go.
Your tremor sense isn't picking up on anything.
Okay.
Kill it real quickly since I'm trying to fix this stuff with the new with flame tongue. My melee attack's based on dexterity, right? Default.
Or strength, whatever your choice.
Okay.
Scimitar is I believe a light weapon or a finesse weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your whatever one you pick.
But it can't be my wisdom. It has
Not your wisdom.
there.
No,
I think
yeah,
if you put
can't use it.
shillelagh on it, it's wisdom, isn't it?
It is if you use shillelagh, I think.
Yeah.
I have to look the spell. I don't remember.
Oh yeah. Okay. So if I have it ablaze and shillelagh on it, then it would be wisdom.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying. I'll fix it as we go.
Cool.
Okay. All right. As you guys kind of make your way back into the central courtyard, you notice that the humanoid bodies that you had taken out seem like they're now gone. The body of this large turtle still remains, however, but it looks like it's been picked into. Parts of the scale seem to be missing, and it looks like pieces of its flesh have been removed.
Well, I'm gonna move up to
Well-
it and see if I can find any like. Do I detect? Not detect. Do I get the sense there are any big scavengers around?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Oh, 20.
We'll count to 20. As you get a closer look at the scales and some of the flesh that's been torn away, you notice the claw marks that have been dug into this turtle's hide.
Do I get the impression I know what made those claw marks?
Make a nature check. You don't know.
Hey, Dr. Connors,
What's up?
any idea what would have made these big claw marks?
Oh, let me take a look.
They look to be lizard folk.
Lizard folk. Like me or like assholes?
They look to be lizard folk.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't tell whether or not somebody is an asshole based on their fingerprint.
Is it like the lizard folk that we saw in the cavern that I killed and took his necklace, or is it like, not that sort of lizard folk? I don't know. They were the same but different. That's what I'm saying.
From what you know about lizard folk, it looks to be about the same as the earlier ones.
It looks to be about the same as those lizard folk. Don't worry, I'll talk to them if we run into them.
Sure thing, Snake Folk.
All right. Anyone want to come in this water?
Not exactly what you would call a strong swimmer or climber or strong anything.
Same. Does our bard have guidance? Do you have guidance?
He does not.
Damn. All right. Well,
He
Geronimo.
will point out.
Hey, nice.
He will point out that you do have a potion of water breathing still on hand.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's actually
Well-
more than I knew.
Hey, will you cast guidance on me?
Sure. I cast guidance on Dr. Connors.
Can I
Okay.
have that potion? I'm gonna dive in here.
Sure.
He'll pass it to you. You can breathe underwater for 1 hour. If you
All right,
drink
here
it.
I go.
You drink the potion. It tastes like seawater, but as you jump in, you find you're able to easily breathe the rest of your party watching as you dive into the waters of the subterranean lake. It is dark as you begin to swim out. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Well,
Okay.
wait a minute. How far are you?
About this far?
Are you all the way underwater? Is he all the way underwater yet?
It's up to him.
I can swim to the surface. Do you need? I'll...
I
Guys, it's dark under here, but I can see. I'm on the surface now.
I cast light on you.
Wow, that was nice. Thank you.
Can you
And
let the
light
spell
can go
for me?
underwater.
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Cantrip, cantrip, cantrip. Oop, did I hit twice? Yeah, I did.
It's okay.
Okay.
I mean, if we want to be particular, I could cast it on like his cloak or something, but you know.
Cast it on my diamond chess piece.
Oh shit.
Oh.
A bright illuminating radiance illuminates from the diamonds that make the bear on your chest plate.
Yes.
And you begin to swim into the water, the light illuminating the water before you. With the benefit of the light, you can make out that the lake continues on to the south, the southwest a little bit. It also has rapids that continue to both the north and the south.
Right. Okay. Well.
Those of you on the side, as you get a better look at the lake, you can kind of peer up, and with the benefit of the light, especially from the chest piece, there are tiny points of blue light all along the ceiling over this lake, and it mimics something of a starry sky.
I would like to perceive for any vampires.
You detect no underwater vampires lurking about you.
I swim through and look at the fucking ceiling you were just talking about.
You detect no vampires on the ceiling.
No underwater vampires. Thank you. All right, I'll dive down.
As you
The light
swim
coming with
around,
me.
the light, it is quite dark in this quay. However, it is for the most part empty. You do see, or you do see on occasion, some very, very white, very, very pale fish that are swimming about you. They look, a couple of them look like they're almost blind. They almost run into you, and you kind of have to swat them away as you swim around down here.
Some
As
blind
you're
fish.
looking, as you're looking for the treasure, go ahead and make a perception check. Just another perception check.
Sure.
Okay. The rest of you sit on the center area here for the better part of about 15 or 20 minutes as Dr. Connors has his swim, but eventually you do find as you're swimming about the quay, at the very, very bottom of this corner of the quay is a large wooden chest that it lies open. You can see the sparkle, the glinting sparkle of gold and gems within.
Awesome. Does it look like something I could swim back with?
I will allow you to make a strength check with disadvantage because you're underwater.
Sure. Check. Right.
Yep, just general strength check to see if you can lift the. It's kind of stuck to the bottom of the quay here. You think you could probably take a couple of handfuls back at a time.
Okay. It's at the bottom, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you roll a d4 and add that to your strength ability?
I did not. I have guidance. I knew I'd need it.
It's still too heavy.
Okay, that's what I thought. How far down is it? What depth are we talking here?
It is 40 feet down.
Cool. I will grab my 50 feet of rope and tie it around. Well, I'll try to close it. You said it was open. I'll try to close it, tie some rope around it, and then I'm going to come up here to land so that I don't lose where the chest is, and I don't want it to float away from me.
That land is a gigantic pillar that goes straight to the ceiling.
So it is. All right. Cool. I'll surface, and I don't think I want to yell. Can I? Is there something I can tie the rope to over here on the pillar?
Morse code is just by covering your chest.
Not that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start sending some blips. I don't want to be loud, but I'll like cover the light and open it up again.
You see Dr. Connor signaling with this light by covering his hand with his chest.
You know, he gets a little bit of bling and he thinks it's a disco show.
God damn it.
Um,
Hmm. Maybe the snake will try to
oh,
persuade one
Hold-
of you to come.
hold on a second. Let me see
Okay.
something. I hate to burn a spell like this, but let me just see something. I'm linking this just to see if I can do it.
Just need someone to come and swim and help me pull this chest of seed. The what? Oh, ooh. Ooh. Oh, do any of you have the floating disc spell? Sorry,
No,
I'm in the water. Never.
no. Um, okay. Can I cast animate objects on the rope and have it pull itself to us?
You could.
I'll do that.
Okay. Dr.
I'll,
Connors, you're holding the rope at the top of your hand, trying to signal with them, and suddenly the rope begins to move on its own, pulling away from you.
cool. Just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna dive back down and watch the chest be dragged. So in case anything goes wrong, I can.
Kent, as you're concentrating on your spell, I'd like you to go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Sure.
Okay. The rope goes taut as it begins to pull, and it takes a little bit of effort, but Dr. Connors from underwater, with the light illuminating, you watch as this rope on its own begins to pry the chest and begin to shift it up. And with your aid in trying to kind of stabilize it, you are able to get this large chest to shore, if you wish.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
I'm gonna drop it off right here.
Work
Okay.
it, work it.
Within the chest is that.
Damn. Someone write that down. Chrysopars gemstones? I don't even know what that
Which is a
means.
phrase.
That's awesome. Chisophrase. Okay. Praise? Praise. Whatever.
Chi-
Okay, cool.
Chrysoprase. Chrysoprase. If I had to say it out loud, I'd just call it Jade, because it's easier to
Sure.
say.
Sounds fine. That's awesome. Anyone out? You know what? I'm just gonna copy and paste that for later use.
Real quick, Achille, I just want to see if I got this set up correctly.
Oh, can I not type?
It didn't come through.
I didn't see anything. So, that is without it being ablaze. It's with it being ablazed. And this is being ablaze with shillelagh. That looks right.
Looks good to me.
Preserve for posterity.
Well,
So,
if you don't want to cut and paste it, we can direct
I
camp back to the thing.
yeah. I'm checking the flame tongue real quick.
Yep.
So that's with it ablaze for the extra 2d6 fire. Your 2d6 fire isn't coming out correctly.
You have 2d6 plus whiz.
Yeah, it should be
You
dex.
just need to uncheck that. No, you just have to. For the fire, you have to uncheck it, and you should. Oh yeah, something's wrong with your damage over there. So it should be 1d6 plus dex on the left, and on the right it should just be 2d6, right? So the bottom one, you did kind of right. The middle one, very wrong. On the damage.
There's an
portion.
extra 2d6.
The
Yeah,
attack roll
so
looks right.
so the ablaze.
So
Here's what we'll do for the ablaze. If you want to keep it all together. So dex attack plus your proficiency, melee. This is the default damage of the scimitar itself is 1d6 plus dex. And then it's just raw 2d6 fire.
okay.
So it should There's your 2d6 dex. No, that's not right either.
1d6 plus dex, 2d6. That looks right. What's the attack roll?
I'm seeing
Dex plus proficiency.
1d6 plus 2 dex and 2d6 5. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So then the one with the shillelagh is probably wrong too. Then so I did the same thing.
1d6 plus 2 dex. It needs to be plus whiz on that one.
Right.
Oh, hey, Kill. Here's a good cursed magic
Okay.
item for you, real fast. In the game I'm playing, two-handed two-handed bastard sword. That basically hooks up a barbarian. But every round that the barbarian is combat, they must roll a d20, and the DC goes up from 13 every round they're in combat to whether or not they can control their character.
Berserker sword. Or,
Mhm.
Berserker sword on steroids.
Mm-hmm. +5.
Yeah. Barbarians don't generally have very high wisdom anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to write that one down for the Sunday campaign. Okay, so you guys got so that should be set correctly now, I
Yep.
think. Worst case scenario, I'll double check it later. So you
Alright.
guys got this chest, you got this gold. What else are you doing?
Throwing whatever we can into the bag of holding, if it'll hold it, the gems and the gold wise, and then I guess continuing exploring, right, guys?
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Because that sea hag that we fought was not the prophet, correct?
No, not that you think.
Okay.
All right. Which way? I'm gonna listen at the hall. Which way do I think the voices are coming from?
You're not. They're far too distant for you to make out a specific direction.
But
It
I
kind of
mean,
sounds like
south or north. You know what I mean? Like,
nothing sounds like it's coming from where you cleared. And the places you haven't explored, it's really faint, but it's otherwise seems like it's coming from all around you.
all right. All around me are familiar faces. Which way do you guys want to go?
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me just. Want to check out east first?
Sure. Okay.
To the immediate east, you can see the there's some crumbled ruins nearby. To the north of some of those crumbled ruins, it seems like it leads to another door. There's a door there. I don't think I revealed too early on. It also looks like it leads out into some rapids that are flowing up north.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I think we need to check this door over here.
Yeah.
I will listen at it.
Is that your perception check down there, the 19?
That's there.
It'd
26.
actually be the
Okay.
26 because I think he did it with disadvantage.
I did.
Okay. You hear some murmured voices and the clanking of what sounds like plates.
Just
And
as I
silverware.
thought. A bunch of bitches.
Oh.
We gotta
Let's
kill
see.
'em.
Let's see what's on the menu.
All right. Do we want to check this door? If it's a cafeteria, if it sounded like silverware, it might be big enough to be that door as well. I'll listen at this door too. Do I hear the same thing? I take it.
Same thing.
All right. Let's surround them, boys.
All right. I'll be out front.
I'll pull my weapons.
Okay.
We want Will to go to the easterly door with you. Yeah. How about we get Will to go to the easterly door with you? Because I'm sure he'll
Okay.
have something prepared for this
Perfect.
calamity.
He'll nodding. Begin to review his spells very quickly.
All right. I'm gonna bust down the door.
He's a bard. What doesn't he have prepared for such a fucking what do you call it?
All right.
As
Are you-
Killy reviews his spells.
As Killy reviews his spell. Or so you're just kicking in the door?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right, make strength check.
Hmm.
How long does guidance last?
Yeah, just one.
You stub your toe and take a point of damage.
Wow. It's gonna
You
be like
hear, all of you hear this loud bang,
that.
and
That's the signal.
all of a sudden, all the noise in the other room stops.
I then open it with the door handle. Slowly. Like the
As
music.
you slowly open the door, you can peer inside. You see the dropped plates and food of a lot of individuals who all have their weapons trained towards that door as it slowly opens. And as they see you, they cry out, "Another lizard folk, get them!" Roll for initiative.
How would you feel about, since I knew they were in here and I was ready to attack, I get to go before them?
You alerted them, tough shit.
Okay.
Another lizard truck. Get them. Uh,
I didn't click on myself. I rolled 7.
wow, +7, and I rolled a fucking 9.
You didn't critical fail.
+6, and I rolled a 7.
2, 3, 4. You got to roll for the snake.
Oh shit, thank you. It's been too long, clearly.
Cold-hearted snake. Look into his eyes. Uh-oh.
Mm. Oh man. Oh man. We're gonna get it.
All right. Kaz first.
Yes. Alright, here we go. He's just gonna meander his way into here and attack all 3 of these guys that are all within 5 feet there.
He can
Okay.
attack all
So,
3 of them?
Yeah, because he's fucking the best you've
Because
ever
he leveled
seen.
up and he got Fang of Storm and Claw.
Yeah. All right, so I'll do the one closest to the door, then the one to the left, then the one to the top. So here we go.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Wah!
All 3 of them hit.
Cool.
So, the 2 simply clothed individuals armed only with daggers are eaten. The far more well-prepared individual to the north will just take the hit.
I was going to say this.
Yeah, he better.
But he can survive the hit.
And
And he'll have to make a con save,
Does
which he fails.
does Ka have a refractory period before he can do that again?
Nah, it's every time it's his turn.
Revised Ranger, man. If only to make this, if only to make Beastmaster less ridiculous.
Yeah, so without this, the previous Beastmaster, on my turn, if I wanted my pet to do anything, I had to use my bonus action to tell it what to do, or else it wouldn't attack.
I don't think it
So,
was even bonus action. I think it was action.
Yeah, revised is so much better than whatever BS Ranger they had before. But it's just my opinion.
Can't say I
Right.
disagree.
Well, the Beastmaster, revised Beastmaster, is better than the one they currently have, and just about anybody who digs deep into the numbers for 5e agrees. Beastmaster is the only one that's really sucks. Because the newer Ranger ones that they come out with in like Xanathars are pretty damn good.
Yeah,
Even with
they're-
standard Ranger rules. So, alright, Tegan, you're up.
All right. Yep. So I am going to use. So this door right here is closed, correct? Still.
Correct.
All right. So I'm going to move to here. And grab this.
Ooh, look at you.
Hopefully I can see through the door to about that center spot.
From where you are, it would be centered right about there.
Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. And I'm going to cast this.
Okay.
What the hell is that? Oh, Ice Storm.
Turn on the description.
Mainly because I just wanted to use the new purple circle.
Just looking at that damage detail. Da-da-da. Dex save, and that becomes difficult terrain. Okay, so I'm going to send it to the back so that I can see. I will say that it does land on Ka in there.
Yep.
So he has to make a
16.
dex save. 16
Oh,
does not beat the 17, so he takes the full damage. And then the two priests inside need to make their dex saves.
And
which
I
they
can see
both
Call,
fail.
right?
You can barely make out his tail.
But I can see him enough that I could go ahead and cast my Fey energy to heal him with my bonus action, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yep. So I'll use 2 Fey energy to give him some of his hit points back.
All right.
Nice.
Real fast, your bludgeoning damage is off on that. Because
Yeah,
it
you have
rolled
it at 2d6
2d6 instead of 2d8.
Yep. So that needs to be changed. Must be a bug from dragging it over. Or adding it in, whatever it was. We'll change that real quick.
When you cast it, the whole thing just seemed a little low on the low side. And I looked at how many d6 were rolled, and he just rolled medium for the d6s, but that still seemed like there should be more.
Yeah, we'll add an extra point of damage to that. There we go. So I'll subtract an extra point from both of the
18
priests.
minus
The
2,
one
so I
that
took
got
12
bitten
damage.
by Ka. Yeah, you'll take the full cold damage because you failed, so 13 plus 6 is 19.
13 plus 5?
Oh, I'm sorry. The 2d6 is the restored health you're giving.
Right. So 13 plus
Okay.
5 is 18
Correct.
minus 6, so I
Okay.
took 12 damage.
So do me a favor and roll 2d8.
Okay. Did you edit
I didn't.
my guy?
I adjusted his hit points because you were low.
Because I was low.
Your hit points you had for him were too low for what your level was.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Okay. I'll make the change real quick. One sec.
Okay.
There's that 2d8.
So instead of 5 bludgeoning damage, it's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
didn't want you to sell yourself short on that, by the way. I just,
so
I didn't even notice.
So Ka's taking 25 points of damage, and then he's also gaining 6 back, right?
13,
Yes.
12, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm good
That's
with my
done.
turn.
All right. That's done. Will's up. He's going to try to kind of corner himself, not wanting to step into the ice. And watching from where the corner is, he's going to see the very damaged priest. And he's just going to cast a vicious mockery on him. Which he fails. And that first priest that got bit by Ka is down. And Dr. Connors, you're up.
Cool. I also want to play with cool new things that you bought, so I'm going to cast a 60-foot cone. Yeah, what's up?
that's really big.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. For maximum hitage here. I guess those 3 are already up. Well,
Maximum effort.
yeah. All right, there you go. Ka-chow! I actually have to roll the spell first.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Conjure barrage. You fire the arrows into the air, and they split into a bunch of magical arrows landing in that area. You're still hitting Ka as part of this process.
You know, he's used to it. He's pretty cool.
He takes
Let's see
half
that
damage
hit.
on a. Yep. All right. So the
Cool, he
1,
saves.
2, 3 priests, 1 cultist, 2 cultists, 1 cultist. Send this to the back so I can see it. Yeah, that 1 cultist is just within line, so he'll make a dex save, which he fails. And that was the only 1 cultist. All right, so that guy, the cultists don't have a whole lot of hit points. They're not particularly well armed. He goes straight down. As for the 3 priests, 1 save, 1 fail, 1 fail. So the one closest that got hit earlier manages to dodge the worst of these arrows, only taking 5 points of damage. The other 2 still trying to get themselves a little bit more ready, take the full barrage.
Cool. And then my pet will attack this one up here to the top.
Okay.
Oh, not with advantage, but the 19.
Okay. All right. 19 will hit. So he'll make a con save, which he succeeds. All right. So he's kind of on the ropes. Can't you?
Well, I don't need to play with the new tools. It doesn't seem like it would be too beneficial at this point. Has Gary has not opened the door yet, has he?
No.
He has not.
Kent's just gonna hold a firebolt for
Okay.
whatever happens to be on the other side of that door when Garen opens it.
All right. Tuck, you're up.
What I want to do is open the door forcefully, hopefully hitting the guy behind the door.
Okay. Just make a general strength check.
If I attack the door, would that not be agility or dexterity? Sorry.
You can make an unarmed strike and burn one of your actions against it, or bonus action, or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Hang on.
Okay.
What's my thing? There it is.
Okay. You bust the door, and the good news is the door is well opened and almost comes off its hinges, but it hangs on by a thread. As the parts of the door begin to crumble, you bonk the guy in the nose just enough to cause a little bit of damage, but he manages to back up just in time as this door comes crashing in. Kent, if you want, you can use your firebolt on a target in there.
He was hovering it. He was
There-
ready.
There you go.
All right,
Take 5 points of damage.
Sure, which one?
First guy.
All right. As soon as that guy gets walloped in the nose by the door, he is hit by this fiery energy. He's still alive, but he's kind of patting out the flames on his cloak.
I'm going to hit him twice.
All right. All right. Following through with the staff, I'll add for your benefit that the first one's actually going to take him out.
Oh,
So if you want to run in and get that second hit on somebody else, you can.
yeah. I'm going to run in here and hit the guy. No, I'm going to run in here and hit the guy behind me.
Okay. All right. That will land on him too.
And then I'm going to hit him with flurry of blows.
Now, flurry of blows, I think only allows one unarmed strike as part of your bonus action.
No.
And goes one of the following. Two unarmed strikes is a bonus. Okay, you're right. So, well, so you used a bonus
Technically,
action.
my unarmed strike was a bonus action, not an attack action. My attack action was my staff.
Okay.
Right.
So the attack action was your staff with multi-attack. You
Right.
used one bonus action for an unarmed strike.
Right.
Using flurry of blows, that allows you to make two as a bonus strike. So you can only get one of those hits on him. Yeah. All flurry of blows does is it turns your bonus action from one extra strike into two strikes.
Sure. So one of them, the first one.
Yeah. All right.
And
he gets fumbled
I
in the
want
chest.
to push him backwards 15 yards. So strength save on his part.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
And he
You
fails.
push him back. He gets pushed up against the wall. Go ahead, since you push him away into a hard object, go ahead and just roll 1d6 extra damage. All right. You take an extra 4 points of damage and hear a satisfying thud as you push him against this hard concrete wall.
Okay.
All right. Now it's the priest's turn. The one who's very, very badly hurt, you see him utter a quick incantation, and he is going to attempt to become harder to hit, cast Blur on himself. Then he is going to slowly move out of this sleet storm. As for the two nearby you, Tuck, one of them is going to, the one you hit is going to extend out his hand and give it sort of like a forced choke sort of maneuver. He's going to attempt to cast Hold Person on you at second. So I need you to go ahead and make a wisdom save. All right. You succeed, and he curses himself for having missed the opportunity. The one behind you, on the other hand, is going to extend out his hand, and he is going to cast Magic Missile on you at third level. You take 16 points of damage as from your backside you are pelted with arcane energy. And he is going to shift to the north next to his partner.
It's not the first
Oh.
time his backside's been hit by arcane energy.
Ka's up.
Oh, cool. Slithery little snake is ready to gonna slither right in there.
All right.
I'll go left to right.
All right. So make another attack on the one on the right because he's blurred. You have disadvantage on them.
Thank you.
Fortunately, even though you have disadvantage of the roll, I believe it still hits. Yeah, between 23 and 21, it will still hit. So he manages to find the weak point in the armor there, and you watch as that one goes down. There's two left. For the first one you hit, he sees the snake coming in, and he's going to reactively cast Shield on himself. The one to the south is going to do the same. However, it's not enough to block that attack. He'll have to make a con save, which he does. The one to the south is looking pretty badly injured then at this point. They both have shields on them now. Tegan, you're up.
Okay. What I want to do is hopefully be able to move into right next to Dr. Connors.
All right.
Then I am going to Thorn Whip this one.
Okay. It manages to crack through a weak point with the shield, grabbing around his arm.
And that should pull him 10 feet closer to me, which gives attacks of opportunity, I believe.
Yep. Tuck or Ka, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Sure.
All right. As he gets pulled back by the thorn whip, Ka comes in and sinks his teeth deep into the thigh of this creature and just rips off his leg, and he bleeds to death.
Alright. And since that was the end of my turn, this purple circle should disappear now.
Yep. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And I'm good.
All right, Will's going to mosey on in, and seeing the last individual, he is going to he's going to danger zone his sword. He's going to see if I can get the back. He's just going to move in. He's going to do vicious mockery. All right, priest fails, takes the damage, and he has advantage on his next attack. All right, Dr. Connors.
Cool. How far is the perfect amount? I'm gonna run, and this is the table. I take it. I'm gonna jump off the table and try to slam this guy with my hammer.
All right. You'll watch as Dr. Connor charges forward, drawing his hammer in place. He does a full 360 no-scope spin, hammer, winding it up, jumping down on top of this individual, and missing it entirely. He pulls out the sword and tries to stab it through, and it catches with the shield. It does not connect.
I
This
say,
last
well,
priest
we
gives
did
you
need
this kind of
one to
panicked
stay
look.
alive. Go ahead. Sorry.
The priest gives you something of a surprised and panicked.
As he should. The snake is going to try and bite him without killing him. I don't know if that's possible, but let's find out. Yep, it
Does
did
not
not.
connect.
All right.
Snake cannot find a weak point in his shield.
Fucking spells.
Kent,
Oh, assuming I can hit him, I'm going to try firebolt again.
all right. It crashes against the shield that he's managing to hold in place.
Oh wait, did he cast shield?
Yes, shield. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I thought they only protected him from magic missile. My bad.
It also increases his AC by 5.
Gotcha, gotcha.
It makes him impenetrable by magic missile, but also increases.
One of the 2 spells I've given my sorcerer from my own separate campaign.
Out of curiosity, I don't even recall how long shield lasts for.
Till the start of his next turn.
Okay. Alright, well, I'll just kind of chill.
Yep. All right. Tuck, you're up.
Gonna hit the guy that's up on top there.
All right. All right. 19 will actually connect. You get one hard hit on him, and he manages to try to resist the bulk of it. He's still looking pretty injured at this point. You get to fight. You try to get in the second one with the quarterstaff, and it bangs against the hard part of the arcane focus. He gets his hand up in place, and it just bangs right off. Frustrated, you get a punch in. You punch him in the gut, and as you get the punch in the gut, it's when the shield temporarily seems to dissipate.
So might as well flurry blows him.
All right. You try to get the punch in, and he manages to raise his quarterstaff and block it at a surprising degree of speed. You see his eyes are, and they look like they are quite bloody, and he's about ready to unleash hell. On his turn, as a final act of defiance, he will drop a sleet storm on top of buddy.
Is that something I need
Hit
to roll for?
everybody in the room except for Kent. So it doesn't actually do any damage. Oh well. So the area in this room, it becomes freezing rain and sleet, and the area is heavily obscured. You watch as he kind of disappears into the obscurity, and this area is, and the floor beneath your feet is slick. So that in mind, he is just going to hold his ground against the wall while this slick ice covers the. And it's caused turn. At the start of his turn, he'll need to make a dex save.
I'm just picturing a snake falling prone.
Yeah,
But no, I like it.
not today.
All right. This is DC. Yeah, he beats it.
Cool. The snake's gonna try and wrap him up with his attack, and then give him a little bite to knock him out.
All right. He will reactively
I did
cast
not
his
mean to
shield.
cast that on advantage. Okay.
All right. Well, you count the 27 all the same. He reactively casts a shield, but not enough. The snake comes in and manages to, through your instruction, slice the hard part of his fangs across the neck just enough to start causing a little bit of blood loss, but not enough to take him out. So he, if you wish, can fall unconscious.
Cool.
All right. You're out of combat, and the sleet storm disappears as he's no longer able to focus on the spell.
I'll try to bandage his neck before he dies.
Okay. Just make a general medicine check. All right. You're able to do so.
Cool. Then I guess we can search these bodies, and Ka will keep an eye on him. If he comes back into consciousness, he's gonna wrap him up.
Ka's like starting to gorge, but hasn't covered his head yet.
I say to him, hey, we're good people now. We got to keep some of them alive. Lawful neutral. Then I'll walk away and search some bodies.
Okay. I don't have my dice with me. Hang on.
That was a lot of dice.
Holy shit, yeah.
Well, that's all the dice. It's all my metallic dice.
That
Okay.
was a lot of dice. That's all the dice.
All right. So across all of the bodies, you find a couple of different pieces of gold. They all totaled up to be. They totaled up to be a combined sum of about 400 gold, we'll say.
Holy shit, all right. Okay. Anything? I guess not. That wouldn't make any sense. Cool. I guess these are just cots. Is this just like a barracks?
So
Mm-hmm.
as you kind of get a better sense of this room, you see there are 2 iron stoves, which you can see kind of see in the corner. You parked one of the individuals next to one of these stoves, the one that's off. One of them is currently on. It looks like it's burning maybe some pancakes or something. There are some barrels that are full of different kinds of food and provision, kettles, crockery. There's also a wash basin, and in the center of the room is a pile of firewood that is currently unlit. It looks like it's maybe fed into the stoves for cooking. You can see there are scattered plates as well as bits of breakfast that are kind of scattered all over the place. There are 5 plain, they're actually bunks that are tucked in this room. And you can see arrow slits that look over the water outside.
Okie doke. What's if I peer through one of these, what would they be shooting with these arrow slits?
You get the sense that if anybody came by on a boat, they could probably fire at them.
On a boat? Is that something they need to worry about? Is that something we need to worry about? Boat people? Oh man. Okay.
Or if anything
well,
came up from the water.
Oh. Okay. All right. I feel you. I'll do, let me see if I have any paper. Is there any paper around that I can write a note to this guy? Actually, can we just try to wake him up? Or is how out is he?
You could try to wake him up or kind of wait until he wakes up if you wish.
Okay. Do we want to wait on him? Do we want to just leave him? What do you want to do? Waiting on him could take a long time, but I'm prepared to do that to get some information like a map or something. But who knows what this guy knows? He could just be a blathering idiot that gives us nothing. Or he might join the Diamond Bears. I'm always looking for new recruits.
I guess if you want to try to wake him up, wake him up.
All right, let's do it. I'll take a feather and tickle his nose or something. I don't know.
Okay. You try a couple of different variations. Eventually, he comes to on his own. It takes the better part of about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But he gradually begins to kind of shake his head loose. You hear him begin to kind of stir, and he just and he kind of rears back as he looks at your face, and he looks like he's getting ready to try to grab a weapon. He's looking around for his staff, and he goes, wait, I'm not dead. What? And he looks over to your human companions, your humanoid companions anyway, who are kind of off in the corner doing their own thing. And he looks back at you, he looks back at your companions, and he goes, Who are you?
We are the Diamond Bears, and we come in peace, despite what we just did to all of your friends.
Peace. What do you...
Peace.
This is hardly peace. What do you want from me?
Well, one, you did yell snake person and attack me. Pretty racist, friend.
To be fair,
Uh,
he did yell lizard person.
Oh, whatever. Lizard person! Yeah, just because I look different than you doesn't mean you can be an asshole. Second,
You're not with the scale folk?
I do not associate with them. I am part of the Diamond Bears. That's as far as my associations go.
Diamond Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
You may have heard of us. We're quite famous. Kind of a big deal.
they're the ones who took out the other two prophets.
That's us. Yeah, we did that.
His mood changes underneath his garb, and he looks up at you with a mixture of fear and disgust.
Mm. That's exactly what I wanted to see out of him. So now you have a few choices. We didn't kill you, but that can always change. We need to know our way around here. Can you provide us with any sort of map?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Bam. Persuaded.
He looks up at you and he says, I can't draw no map. I can tell you if you want to go after the rest of the lizard folk, they've holed up in the north. That also happens to be the way down into the node.
The node?
Aye.
What? Oh, like an elemental node? Is that what we're to? The other two temples had them. I'm guessing that's what you're saying.
Aye. The boss is holed up down there with his best men and a couple of strange creatures.
What should we expect when we go in there? What kind of strange creatures?
Tell me, friend, what do you desire?
I desire peace in the land, and for people not to make bombs made of elements and blow up lands that aren't theirs.
No. I mean, you got into this gig for a reason, right?
Right.
Gold, riches, magic, power.
First it was all for me, but now I see there's something more, and so I do it for the common folk now, for the common man who can't defend himself against treacherous, vile beasts. So here I am, just trying to take out evil wherever I can.
He looks at
And-
the rest of you and he
Okay.
says, and what about the rest of you? What do you
Anyone?
want? What do you desire?
I just kind of ignore him.
Can't
Smart.
cast firebolt. I
God damn it.
Make an attack roll with advantage.
no problem. Kent
Oh,
desi-
Adam?
Kent desires the silence of this fool.
Ah,
Sorry. Firebolt.
You hear him scream out in pain as the fire begins to kind of engulf him.
I warned you. I mean, is he dead? Knocked out?
Oh, he's
Dying?
fucking dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's just the
At-
normal dead.
At this point, Kent goes, "Look, why waste the time with prattling on of these
Oh, man.
sycophants? You know,
You're right. I thought maybe I could make a difference. But clearly I was wrong. Let's move on. We've done everything we can here.
yes,
Well,
because everything else in here hasn't seemed to be evil."
Got to try.
we'll place a hand on your shoulder as you make your way out and whisper that your heart's in the right place.
All right. Where to next? Someone else take charge.
Yeah, for the heck of it, I'm gonna walk down here to this door and listen.
You don't hear anything.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. Peering inside, you see either this room was recently evacuated or has otherwise been ransacked. You can see actually in here that there's a musty odor, but it looks like it's been mostly cleaned out. Whatever was in here has been taken away.
You say it's a musty odor?
There's a musty, lingering odor in here. You can see a couple of scattered but very, very torn. Uh,
I yell back at Tuck. I
packs.
think we found your bedroom.
Nothing to say about it.
So I go on in and
Okay.
search the room for anything of interest.
Peering about the room, you can see there's actually a couple of what looked like miscellaneous animal bones that have been haphazardly piled into a corner, but there's otherwise nothing that really seems to be standing out of interest. Whatever was in this room that might have been of value has been taken.
Where
Okay.
did that guy say the lizard folk were?
North.
North. Thank you.
All right. I'm going back out the door then.
As Dr. Connors comes out, I'm going to say, look, we've been dealing with these sycophants for the entire our entire
Quest.
quest down into this hellish place. I won't be I won't be questioned by an evil priest.
Fair enough. I've traveled with you for long enough to know that you're right.
What are my desires? What are our desires?
All right, let's head up, I guess.
Yeah.
Oop, discovered someone else.
All right. If you head to the north,
Mm-hmm.
you can see there's another stone bridge that makes its way across the river beyond. It ends at a pair of double doors, a pair of stone double doors, and you can see there's shoot, where's that detail? Okay, so the stone bridge goes over this canal, which is about 15 feet. The bridge itself is 15 feet above the water. There are steps that lead up to the bridge. You can see carved into the stone doors, or just east and west of them, are these culverts that are shaped like huge yawning dwarven faces that are actually discharging streams of water into the canal over here and over there. So in those locations, the stream that's emptying into the water around those are actually the stone shapes of dwarves that look like they're yawning. And as for the double doors themselves, there is a mark on the door that looks very similar to the symbol of the water cult.
Nice.
And the mark crosses both of the doors.
Just for grins, I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm gonna cast Wand of Secrets to see if there's any secret passages or any traps or anything anywhere nearby.
God, you're the best.
Let's see.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna make a perception check for any vampires.
Did I miss something before I came in tonight about the vampire thing?
Where did that compass come from? It came from fucking compass bitch who was a vampire. Remember last time I was like, does my tremor sense see anything? And Kelly's like, no, a vampire comes from the ceiling. So now I'm looking up.
You don't see a vampire.
Didn't that compass come back to us by the way of Dratson, though?
No.
No, we found it here. They already had it.
You found it as part of the thing.
Oh, okay. My bad. I thought that's what he was using to figure out where he was going.
No,
I
that
will
was just
say,
funny.
I will say that you do see a few bats sleeping at the top of the cave.
God
All right.
I don't know why you're worried.
Um,
He's after me, not you.
damn. The vampire?
Yeah.
Oh, why? I thought he was just generally after everyone. I didn't know he was after someone in particular.
Well, he was after you guys because you helped defend me.
Oh, okay, all right.
But he was
I will.
after my master's book.
Oh, right. Oh, I remember that. Okay.
I will say that the wand of secrets does not detect anything for you.
Okay, nothing in the water,
Okay.
nothing anywhere. Okay, I just
No.
thought I would check.
Awfully long time to let us know that there was nothing there. Hmm.
Just because it has black on it doesn't mean it's not a thick wall.
I'll put my ear at the door and hold my weapon to see if there's anything on the other side. Tremor sense.
Your tremor sense is picking up movement. It's faint, but there's movement.
Okay. How? Let me just actually read what tremor.
It works like the alien's pulse thing.
Well, I want to know how specific my tremor sense is.
I can't see them. Well, they're already in here.
Pinpoint the location of anything that is in contact with the ground and within range. So within 60 feet, I should know how many people are on the other side of that door.
Over a dozen.
I back away slowly and quietly.
Well, wait a minute. Did he not say that they thought you were one of the lizard folk?
Oh yeah, they did. They did say that.
Why don't you, and that the
Talk
lizard
about my
folk
bad
were up
luck.
north, why
Mhm.
don't you knock on the door, do a few hisses, and see if they'll accept you into the room?
Sure, sure. Can we have a quick conference? Does anyone remember the name of the guy whose necklace I'm wearing right now?
The name of the guy whose necklace, I don't even know what necklace you're wearing.
We killed a bunch of lizard folks a while back, and one of them was wearing a pimp necklace, and I said, you know what? That's gonna be my necklace now, and I bought it out of the stock, and I've been wearing it. It's a big golden chain, and it came from that king that we killed of the other lizard folk inside the under thing.
Man, you're asking a guy who can't hear shit to remember shit like from 4 months ago.
Can I do a history check to see if I remember it, and then Killy can just tell me what his name was?
Sure.
Cool. History. Nah, I don't know what I got.
Fuck, what was his name? You have a really bad time with remembering the names of the people you kill.
I sure do.
The name that comes to mind is honeydew.
Yeah. Tickle corn.
Pickle corn.
All right, I'm just gonna wing it. Here we go. I give the secret knock and wait for
It's a
someone
stone door, so it requires a little bit more of a bang. But as you finish off the knocking, your tremor sense goes silent.
as in they're no longer standing on the ground.
Your tremor sense goes off by movement. There's suddenly no longer any movement.
I don't know if that's true.
Stick a scale in.
Your tremor sense detects and pinpoints the origins of vibrations within a specific radius.
All right.
The vibrations have stopped as soon as you knock on the door.
Okay. All right. I'll start to. Actually, no. I'll just knock again. I'm not about to just bust into someone's room. I'll give a quick like.
With the edge of your axe or whatever the hell
Yeah.
you're using.
Oh, the hammer. Yeah.
Nothing.
They must not want to talk to us. I guess we just have to go in, right? And then I'll push the door open. Why not?
Okay. It actually pulls out.
All right.
You're the only guy trying to get in the guy. Why won't this thing open?
Right. All right. I'll open the door and I say, I have a message.
Okay. As soon as you open the door, and the mark of the water cult that connects both of the doors, as soon as that seal breaks, there is an electrical pulse that surrounds the seal. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Absolutely no traps. All right, dexterity saving throw.
It's not a trap, it's a magical effect. That's what I was checking the one of secrets for.
Oh, well then I have advantage. But it didn't matter.
Okay, so it still explodes, you still take damage, and I believe, yeah, it's just you. Okay, so you're still taking half damage. So you're pelted for 23 points of electric energy
Is
as the seal
Half?
breaks.
the door open now?
As the door is opened, those of you who kind of peer up from the steps, and Dr. Connors, as you shake off the effect, can see inside there is at least a dozen lizard folk, weapons ready, that begin to charge the door. Behind them is a much larger looking lizard like creature that looks like this.
Oh, cool. Should I have taken half damage? Because I
You,
saved?
you did take. Yes, I'm sorry, I gave you the full 23. So let me give you that back. You're only taking 11. Okay, there we go.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And as they begin to move forward, a hand is kind of raised, and they look at you. The rest of you are kind of hanging back. And you watch as one of these lizard folk, who is wearing some fairly fine-looking chainmail, begins to step forward, and he says, "Who are you?"
I am Kurt Connors of the Diamond Bears. I come with a message from the lizard people in the underneath. Who are
They look
you?
at you. They look at each other, and they go, "What are you talking about?"
I'll hold up my necklace and see if they understand it all.
There's a collective hiss amongst the rest of them, and the bigger creature moves forward a little bit, and begins to kind of size you up, and the lizard folk begin to chat amongst them in what's their languages? Draconic. You understand Draconic?
He
Let me
does.
see.
I do.
Okay.
I might. I do.
Okay, so
I want to know if it's King's English Draconic. Or
they begin to whisper King Drexa underneath their breath.
So he did. You knew who it was all along. All right. Cool.
And another one steps forward and cries, "Where did you get that?"
From the king. As I said, I come bearing a message.
They. The big one steps forward and says in Draconic, "Murderers, thieves. You wish to avenge your king.
What?
Look
What?
now
No.
upon he who partners with pink skins."
from the back of the room, I'd like to say he won that in a trial of combat.
The message is the king is dead. I'm here to help.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Sure. But I'll hiss it. Hiss.
They look at each other. They're not quite willing to believe it, but they don't move forward to attack. They're waiting for more of an explanation.
I found your king most displeasing.
And it's at this
Tell me.
point Kent wishes he had cast the thing where we could think to each
Right?
other.
The big one looks at you and he says, "Are you the ones who dealt with Zagara?"
I do a quick mental scan for that name, since we all know how good I am at names. Is that someone I've killed?
Oh, can I just tell
Make
him?
another history check. You can
Yeah,
whisper it
right.
from the back if you want.
The sea witch idiot.
Yes, that was I as well. I came to talk to her and she attacked me, so I dealt with her as best I could. Unfortunately, she was turned to stone and died.
They all hiss at one another, and the lizard guy in the back begins to kind of puff up. They look like they're getting ready to attack. They want to avenge their leader. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Well, I'll say, I believe by all rights, since I killed the leader, I am now the leader. Check your laws. You know it to be true.
They're pushing forward.
God damn it, Killy.
You just
I
admitted
know,
to killing
no.
their friends and their leaders, their king.
Well, they didn't like the king. They said so themselves.
No, they didn't.
Well, I thought they did. That's why I turned my motive.
No, they whispered the king. They whispered the king's name, and they looked kind of upset when you mentioned him.
Oh, I thought I misread the situation. That sucks. Okay. Well, I guess if they have to die, they have to die. Am I right?
Kent, you're up.
Oh, you know there's no other way that this can go but a fireball right in the middle of that room, right? If I think they're coming to attack.
All
I
right.
pull the door wide. After
I
you.
mean, it's pretty wide open at this point.
I know.
Hold on.
Where do you want to drop that sucker? I just popped it out there for you.
Oh, I was just about to go grab it. That's about accurate.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Click on the thing. Spells. Let me just see what I have here. We're going to cast that at level 4. 4, I think.
Alrighty.
Fireball, fireball, fireball. Level 4. Bam.
All right. So, the big guy in the back is going to make is going to try for his dex save, which he unfortunately misses. So he gets caught by the backside of that blast. As for the rest of them in the center of the room, all right, the one in the fighter chainmail does make the dex save. Come on here. Which I believe is 17 points of damage for him.
Yeah, 35
Yeah,
divided
so
by
round it
2.
down.
Yeah.
All right. So he gets burned pretty badly, but he's still standing. As for the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that are caught within that blast radius. 1 success, 1 failure. What's that?
There's 10 in there. Maybe 11 if you count the one in the.
Well, the 10th one is the guy in the fine chainmail.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So,
My bad.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, only the first guy succeeds. So one of them manages to escape the worst of the blast. The rest of them, as you drop this large ball of fire on top of the better part of these folks, are incinerated.
Which one has the chainmail and looks to be important?
This fella.
Oh, whoop. That's not what I meant to do.
I'm not seeing any pings if you're. Oh, that guy. Okay, thank you. Cool. Thank you.
And I have to mark a whole bunch of lizard folk as dead. All right. All right. Fireball drop.
Kent will stay here.
Okay. Tuck is up. You there, buddy? Garen?
You're on mute, Garen.
Sorry, talking to myself. Just need to measure something. Hang on.
5 feet. That's how big it is. Every time you measure it, it's always 5 feet. That was a penis joke. Actually, it's been shrinking. How big is it now?
You haven't measured lately.
It evened out a little when
Really?
he stole the other penises.
I can run right up to chainmail guy.
All right.
Oops. And I'm going to hit him.
All right.
As soon as I find my where the plug did I put it? There. 1, 2.
All right. All right. Both attacks will land.
3, 4.
I'll say with both of those attacks with the quarterstaff, how do you want to do that?
Oh. My last one, I'll be spinning while hitting him.
All right. You do a great flourish. You hit him over the head with a clean clock the first time. He kind of grabs his head, and while he's kind of trying to grab his bearings, you do a flourish, catching him on his knees as he falls back onto his back and goes out cold.
At that point, I'm going to slide over to the left and hit that guy just once, not twice.
Okay. You punch him in the gut. He's still standing.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Kaz up next.
Cool. Ooh, just out of actually, what's your speed? 30. Okay. Kai's gonna move into the room about here and attack both of these guys.
Okay. And in case I didn't mention this before, because I think I forgot about it on that last encounter, for the sake of the Storm Fang and Claw and all that, it's within 5 feet, not 10 feet. I know his attack radius
Yeah.
is 10 feet, but
we talked about it in raid the other night, and we decided
Yep.
on 5 feet. Okay.
okay.
Cool.
All right.
Bottom to top.
Okay. All right. Both attacks will land. I will say that. Let's see. All right. You take both of them out.
Cool.
Lizard folk are not have particularly high HP. All right. Dr. Connors.
How's this guy in the back looking?
He took that one nasty hit from the fireball, but he's otherwise doing okay.
Cool. I'm gonna shoot him with my bow and
All right.
say it didn't have to be like this. And I'll use a charge here.
Okay.
Bow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Not bad.
All right.
Crits. How do we do crits with the bow if I'm using?
So go ahead and just roll another d6.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
1d6.
So you crit hit, but your damage was a.
It's to determine what the charge is, because when he burns a charge, it has an effect based on what he rolls in the d6. So because it's a crit, it'll have the effect of both whatever 1 is and whatever 6 is.
There you go.
Falcon is 1, Wolf is 2, or 6. Okay. All right. So he takes the 7 points of damage. That's not very high in the d12, or the d4s for that matter. All right, and he falls prone.
Well, no, that's what I was trying to figure out. Oh, I see. That's how the damage is calculated on that bow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Will, on his turn, is going to move just inside the room and seeing this large creature. He is going to. He's just going to cast Shatter on him, I think.
Nice 7. Damn, good roll. I didn't even know 7 was possible with 3d8s, but I guess there it is.
He does do pretty terrible with that fucking roll, doesn't he?
He's not even the one rolling. All right, so he fails on the con save, so he takes the full points of damage.
Ooh, the full 7. Got him.
Will just kind of shakes his head and shrugs his shoulders. All right.
I mean,
The
I
two
only did
remaining-
7 damage, but I did it with style.
The 2 remaining lizard folk are going to push forward against your snake. And one of them is actually going to attack the snake. The other one's going to attack Tuck, I think. So the one attacking your snake is going to swing in first with the club. He's just going to bash him twice with his club, I think. It's going to hit both times. So snake takes 9 points of damage. As for Tuck, the second one's going to bite in, and then it's going to attempt to slam you with his shield. And both of those attacks will miss. And Torn Scale is dead. Tegan, what are you doing?
prone, I get advantage on spell attacks too, correct? Or is it just melee?
Only if it's melee. If it's ranged, it has disadvantage.
When they're prone? Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because you're trying to hit a target that's basically on the
Yeah.
ground. He's not under cover, but he might as well
Yeah.
be.
No, that's okay. Give me 1 second then.
Yeah, magic missile wouldn't take that. Take away, call it.
Right.
Yeah, magic missile always hits.
You'd think that unless you played Pathfinder Kingmaker.
I'm not gonna
You-
play it after all the endorsement you've given it.
You know what? I don't care if it's disadvantage. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna hit the big guy with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
You could still hit him. It just means you gotta roll twice.
Critical miss. Dr. Connors, a searing beam of energy goes right underneath your ball sack. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Advantage because it's magical? Eh?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Oh. Well,
What's your spell save DC taken?
My spell save DC is 17.
no,
Okay. This first blast hits Dr. Connors in the balls.
for 2
Nice.
damage. Cool. Oh, what? Now you took
the
away a
full-
lot of damage.
For the full blast
Of 2, right?
of 7.
Oh, 7. The first blast.
It's a critical.
went out.
The critical miss that hits Dr. Connors.
Oh,
Is-
fuck, you're right. Okay, I didn't see it. Yep.
The second one just misses entirely.
Alright, I'm not moving. I'm just staying here at this point.
Okay. A dick move, I know, but I gotta have fun somewhere.
No.
All right, so
we hear
the big guy gets up and he's gonna retreat a little bit. What's his speed? 30 feet? 5, 10, 15. He'll get back here, and you watch as he actually raises his hands and he begins to chant in abyssal.
Well, I don't know
And you-
abyssal. Sorry.
So he happens to be a variant, which means he has a chance of summoning another demon. So it's a 30% chance. Here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to roll a d10 here so everybody can see. If it's a 7, oh, excuse me, if it's an 8, 9, or 10,
Will.
I can't be counterspelled.
Oh, damn.
If he rolls an 8, 9, or 10, he'll summon demons. If it's anything else, it fails.
Jesus.
It fails. He does not summon a demon.
Has a 30% chance of summoning.
All right. So the 30% chance fails. He does not summon, and he's burned his charge for the day. He's done.
Damn.
All right, Kent, you're up.
Kent's gonna move to here. Okay.
For what it's worth, those of you who can see in the room, he looks to be retreating back to some sort of altars flanked by 2 stone pillars.
Yeah, I see that.
You can also see some coins lying on the altar.
We'll obviously take the coins later, but um, uh, even though he is a variant, would you consider him a monster or a person? Humanoid.
Go ahead and make
What's his
at your choice either an Arcana check, a Religion check, or a History check.
At my choice? Hold on.
Yep.
Arcana, religion, or history. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do religion because it's the same damn roll.
Okay. This isn't even a beast or a lizard. This is a demon.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to roll that with advantage. But still be 25. What? But would it be humanoid though? Is my question.
No, it's demon.
Okay. So hold person would not work.
Are demons
No.
fiends? Are those the same thing?
No, different. Hezru in particular typically serves as foot soldiers for the demonic hordes of the abyss. They are typically powerful, but are weak-minded.
Bear with me a second. I'm just looking at what I got here to throw his way. You know what we got here? We got a Melphasassic arrow. We're gonna cast that at him.
So it is a large. I don't know if that. If you are supporting that as well, you should let me know.
What?
If it's a, it's. I mean, the D&D guide says it's a fiend. I just need to know from you if you're also saying it's a fiend as the dungeon master.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Large fiend / and demon. It's considered a demon, but yes, it's
Cool.
considered a fiend, I suppose.
Well,
Okay.
when I run up and smack it in the face, I'm going to do 4 extra damage. Can't wait.
All right. So 15 misses.
He's taking half of that.
So
On
takes
miss.
44 acid damage. Miss. Flash target with acid for half, and no damage at the end of its initial next turn. Okay,
Yep.
so he takes 6 points of acid damage. So he dodges the worst of the acid arrow, but it explodes over him and it begins to burn away at some of his skin. And he kind of he looks back at you and hisses and shakes his maw.
All right. And I can't do anything else. I've moved my full movement, and yeah.
Okay, Tuck, you're up.
I will hit the one to my upper left.
All right, it connects. It's still standing. He takes a hit to the chest and begins to try to steady himself. The 18 comes in with a flourish, and you take him out.
I'm going to step on his corpse and hit the one above me once.
Okay. You hit him hard. He reels back, but still stands.
Okay.
All right. Ka.
He's going to attack that same one right there.
All right. Ka slithers in and will bite him down. He goes down.
And then he's going to move his 30 feet up to here.
Okay. Dr. Cotters.
Dr. Connors is going to also move 30 feet
Oh,
and melee attack this guy.
Okay.
something tells me that's not a great idea.
It probably isn't a good idea. So your bonus. Okay, so whatever damage this rolls, if it hits them, it does four extra damage per hit.
Okay.
I don't know if either of those.
14 does not land. 25 does.
All right, so 14 damage total, and then
Okay.
my pet will attack him. I don't know if 16 lands.
16 does hit.
Cool.
Unfortunately for you, he's immune to poison damage.
Of course. Classic snake things.
All right. He's pretty badly injured as you come in for the attack. Will stride forward next to the dead lizard folk, and he is going to we'll just vicious mockery him. And he fails to save. So he takes 3 points of damage. He has to spend on the next attack. All right. Lizard folk all dead. Tegan, you're up.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 35 feet to here.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to shout luminous, and then I'm going to hit hidden pass to go 60 feet, which should put me right on top of Snick, and then I'm going to attack our friend there.
All right.
Oh, so I had that disadvantage on.
We'll count the 8 for the first roll, then that will miss.
Okay.
And you only
That's
get the
what-
one attack, right?
As far as I know.
Yep. Okay. All right. It's the big fellow's turn then. He's going to roar at you, bits of spittle kind of splitting into your face, and he is going to slice into Dr. Connors twice with his claws and once with his bite.
He's gonna
Start.
try.
All right. Starting once with the claws, he'll have disadvantage on that because of the thing. Still rolls a 19. Whoops. Wrong button. All right. So the 19 will land. You take 10 points. Feel free to deduct that on your own.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then he'll slice it to you a second time with his claw for another 10 points of damage. And then he'll bite into you. And that's a crit for 21 points. All right, Dr. Connors is looking pretty badly hurt. Kent, you're up.
Kent is going to cast. You said he's looking pretty badly hurt already?
Dr. Connors is looking pretty badly hurt. The big fella's not looking super great either.
Let's
The big
just
guy doesn't look like he's on the verge, but he's looking pretty badly injured.
let's just do magic missile, Adam.
Okay.
Magic missile, magic missile.
That can't hit me in the balls.
All right. The magic missiles snake their way around on top of the rapids underneath the bridge and then pelt into him. It watches he rears back, and he's just looking pretty pissed off. All right. Duck.
Question.
Shoot.
How big is Caw? If I kind of
Well, Crow's
Stand
standing there too.
Crowd standing there.
okay,
You're not going to be able to
sorry.
sneak your way in there now.
Okay. I will. Hang on. Is that close enough?
You can't jump
Sounds
over that
good.
water.
No, I'm just going to stay there and I'm going to hit him from here with my staff.
Miss.
Really?
Miss. You fire the staff, flourish around. It misses the first time. You try it again, and he manages to duck out of the way the second time around.
All right. I'm done.
All right. Kaw's turn.
Guy's gonna bite.
Miss. He manages to raise his leg before Kaw can manage to get a grip around it. It's within a split second. The Kaw misses the bite.
Okay.
All right. You follow through. You're swinging in with Brand, and that will hit. So that's 15 from that, right? Because of the fiend.
5 plus 4. Yep, 15. Yep.
Iron Fang, crit misses. I'm saying just to make this interesting. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Tegan.
It's only fair.
You dodge out of the way before it hits you. You're not entirely certain if that was on purpose or not. Ka goes in for the bite, misses a second time.
The blood running down my face from all that intense fighting we've been doing is blocking my
And your
vision
balls.
and my balls.
Will's going to step forward. He's going to cast Healing Word on you. Dr. Connors at level 3.
Oh, cool.
So give yourself 12 hit points back. And then he's going to Vicious Mockery the big fella.
Is that a cantrip?
Vicious Mockery is, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was just asking.
And he will save against the throw this time. All right. Tegan, you're up.
All right, I am going to hit our beloved friend with Primal Savagery.
All right. You grow the claws in your teeth the claws in your fingertips, and you rake into him. It does connect.
Seems like. I guess it did do the 2d10. And then I will go ahead and burn 4 Fate Energy on Dr. Connors.
Okay.
But, by the way, the only reason I laughed at that is because on HBO they've been rerunning what the hell? Get him to the Greek. And there's that scene where they're in the hotel room and he hits him with the adrenaline and the guy runs up. He goes, "You're terrible." And he claws at him. He's like, he's like Catwoman.
When life gives you a Jeffrey, pet the.
Yeah.
All right. So, Miles, go ahead and increase your hit points to 14 if you haven't already.
I have not. Okay.
And then be ready because the big frog fella is going to unleash into you again. That'll miss. That'll miss. And I think that misses too.
It does, yeah.
All right. He tries to claw into you. You're ready for him this time. You manage to duck, dodge, and weave out of the way before he manages to connect. And he's looking pretty tired on his own. Kent, you're up.
Kent's gonna do Firebolt.
All right. Ooh. 28.
Boy, when that thing crits, it really fucking crits, doesn't it?
Yeah. I will say that it hits him hard. As you look, you notice that the fire doesn't have as strong a full effect as it might otherwise on a regular creature, but it still seems like it really fucking hurt.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured he was resistant to damage, but Kent's
He's on his last legs.
Kent's gonna move up to here.
All right.
All right.
Tuck, you're up. And you're muted in Discord as again.
Sorry, the wife was going to bed. I was just
Okay.
talking to her. Yeah, so I'm going to throw my staff again. Twice.
Okay. All right. Another killing blow. How do you want to do this?
Eye socket.
I suck.
All right. So in the midst of this grand melee between Dr. Connors, Ka, Tegan, and this large creature, both Dr. Connors and this large creature beginning to look kind of bloody. They're raking at one another. There comes to a point within the combat where they have their weapons drawn, and there's this brief moment of silence before. As once again, right through the eye socket comes this staff, and he watches this large lizard-like creature just stumbles back a little bit and collapses right in front of the altar, some of the coins jingling and falling off of the altar. You're out of combat.
Search some bodies.
I want to examine the altar.
I'm gonna
On the
go in
altar?
here, and I'm gonna also cast Wand of Secrets when you get ready.
Okay. Wand of Secrets still didn't pick anything up.
Okay.
Looking at the altar itself, you can find there are miscellaneous coins and small gems that are scattered upon it. Right now, it totals to that.
Oh, well, I didn't mean search the altar. I meant examine the altar. Like, is there anything?
Oh, okay. Go ahead and make a religion check.
Sure.
So, getting a close examination of the shrine, it looks like it was once dedicated to a couple of different dwarven gods, but it has since been desecrated. And as you get a closer look at it, you can see the recurring depiction of what looks like a huge, almost titanic creature made entirely of roaring waves.
Okay. I assume I have no idea of what that creature would be off of just first time seeing it.
Not with that roll.
Okay.
Kelly, does the coin you listed there, does that include the coins that are laying on the altar?
Those are the coins on the altar.
Oh, okay.
If you're searching across the bodies,
I did, yes.
all right. Less coins on these folks. You find a total of about 65 gold coins spread across the lizard folk.
Anything of note on this named lizard that had a name and then didn't get the died too?
Um, let me see. He's wearing some what looks like finely made chainmail. You don't detect this, there's anything particularly magic or anything about it, but it otherwise seems to be of a fairly fine make. You think if you were to take it and try to sell it at a blacksmith, you could probably get away with selling it at a blacksmith.
Okay. I'll put it on the list. Cool. let's shove that in the bag.
All right.
All right.
See, now I'm just confused. I'll have this conversation with the party in general. Uh, you know, so far, we've fought in multiple portions of this temple. And I think this is the first time where we've run into a demonic presence on the side of the elements, or helping them. Does anybody else find that odd?
Base, make another. Were you the one who made the original religion check on the
Yeah,
Hezru?
yeah.
Okay. Based on what you know about this particular breed of demon, it's not uncommon, especially for those with powerful summoning arts, especially along the line of warlocks or those just special with a specialty in the summoning arts, to summon a demon of this caliber into their service, usually bound by some form of contract.
Okay.
And the Hezru is powerful and bulky, but is not especially intelligent.
It's still odd though that we haven't run into that anywhere else. I mean, we have run into the undead, and
Sure.
I just make note of that.
Hey, Kelly.
Mhm.
I'm gonna move right here, and I'm just gonna push this corpse into the water.
Plop.
I want to see which way it flows.
Flows this way, then this way.
Okay. And then if I grab a corpse over here and toss it in the water on this side.
It flows this way, then this way.
Where's
Okay.
all that water coming from?
Right. That's my question.
I would get down on my hands and knees and peer under the bridge, but I'm not stupid enough to fall into a water, so I'm not gonna do that.
Into a fire, yes. Into a water, no.
Yeah, fire and water very different.
So
Very-
from where I am now, do I see anything underneath this bridge? Is there anything? I'm just trying to figure
So,
out how this water is ending up in this room.
sure. So, the water level right at the bridge itself is actually right about on level with the bridge itself. You could step into it. It's where it gets into this kind of area where it begins to gain depth.
Okay, so there are
So
deeper
when you,
channels.
yeah.
So I could
right.
technically like walk into the water like right here.
Yes.
Okay. And do I see any jets or anything? Any holes? Any grates? Anything secretive there? You probably want a perception check.
Not near the bridge itself.
You're thinking like this is a big hot tub?
Well, the water's got to be coming from somewhere. If it's going to the right on the right side and going to the left on the left side, it's got to get
It's flowing
there
out.
somehow. I'm just trying to figure it out.
So it's kind of stagnant here actually. It's got a very, very slow flow, and in some cases when you push the body in, it kind of hovers there for a minute before it eventually kind of makes its way over to the corner, and once it gets off to the side is when it starts
Then it
slowing
speeds
down.
up. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I was just curious. Just trying to figure it out.
Anything else in this room other than
If you want, I'll allow you to make a survival check for more information.
Which one of us is it?
You.
For my water
There
thing?
you
Or...
you?
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Based on the nature of the flow of this, the water must be coming from an underground source.
Ooh.
Okay. Like it's bubbling up this way and then pushing out. Okay. All right.
Should we investigate?
Well, I think we're heading that way.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, we have to go to the node, remember? And the node's below. Well, we'd think it would be below. It's been below every other place we've been to.
Well, and that's kind of my question though. If the water's coming up that way, is the entrance to the node not underneath this bridge? But that's kind of where I was. That's where my mind was heading.
I got you.
So
So-
we've gotten
But
everything.
anyway, we can keep going this way.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we know where this bridge is. We can always come back, I guess.
All right. You make your way forward.
Let's listen at the door.
Nothing.
All right, I'll enter.
All right. You enter into an open hall, an empty hallway rather, which leads to another set of doors.
All right. There's nothing up to our north.
No, just stone wall.
Gotcha. How about this door?
You don't hear anything.
Okay. I'll open her up. Give it a look.
All right. Peering inside, it looks like this room used to be some sort of sleeping quarters, but the bulk of whatever was in here has been taken. There is an arrow slit that peers out into the streams beyond.
Dude, these fucking arrow slits are everywhere, but they must be ready for several boats to attack at all times. I don't understand what is going on. Okay. Let's quick
They're
perception.
mostly there for your benefit outside of character. They're mostly there so that if you chose to go to the water temple first as opposed to the air temple, you probably would have to come in by boat because that's where you found the secret entrance, and you'd be kind of forced to be on the stream.
Well, that makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
So,
how
You don't
about
perceive anything extra in this room. You don't hear anything, and I'll save you a little bit of time. If you peruse down in this direction, it leads down to a closed off, collapsed tunnel, as well as a door at the very end.
Dude, the infrastructure of these temples is not very good. There's fucking collapsed tunnels everywhere.
Well, it is an ancient dwarven temple.
I'm just saying.
Well, the
All right.
ancient part.
What about this door?
Make a perception check.
Oh, jeez.
And does it have
25.
symbols of the water cult?
Yeah. Am I gonna get my ass
There's
chopped?
there's no symbols. You do hear a faint humming,
Like mechanism humming or animal humming or
like
person humming?
like a buzzing noise.
Like a
What
buzzing.
animals hum?
I don't. Birds. I don't know. I don't know. Wow, that was really loud.
Sorry.
You know what?
Okay.
I couldn't hear that.
All right, I'll open. Well, hey, how about you mage hand this open? I hear some humming sound, and it could be a trap.
If it's a heavier than 10 pounds per square inch, I can't. But
Pounds
sure.
per square. There's no way it's heavier than 10 pounds per square inch.
Well, whatever. All I know is I can only
Right?
lift
I
10
don't know.
pounds. All right, I'll
Okay.
cast Mage Hand and try to open the door.
Okay, the door opens. Peering
Yeah.
inside, you see there is a set of stone stairs that leads down, and along the walls of this chamber are carved stone depictions of what look like dwarven merchants that are leading trains of mules or giant lizards that are burdened with heavy packs through immense caverns. In the center of this cavern, standing guard over the stairs, is an insectoid-like creature that kind of looks like this. And as you open the door, he just stands there.
He doesn't do anything?
He doesn't do anything, he just stands there, holding his trident.
Insectoid, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to speak to it in Infernal and see if it can understand me.
What do you say?
Hello there.
Hello!
Oh, the only time I've been able to use this. What? What? What are you doing here?
I got these steps.
For who?
But for myself.
And from who?
Yeah, from who?
I'm supposed to be the one asking the questions.
Oh, fire away.
Not
You
literally.
have to cross the stairs first.
What?
If I
You have to cross the stairs.
cross the stairs or go down the stairs?
Go down the stairs. Or up. Or around.
So, let me get this straight. I could stand here talking to you all day. And that's all we're going to do is talk, unless I walk around the stairs, on the stairs, or try to come up the stairs.
I suppose that's how long you want to talk.
Would say, and I pick up a little pebble and toss it to here, would that provoke anything?
I don't think so.
If I was standing there, would that provoke anything?
You have to stand there.
Will, we have a job for you.
Will has his fingers plugged into his ears, and he's ignoring everything you're about to suggest.
Oh. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a step into the room. I'm just going to say, by the way, I'm not coming to the stairs.
He just looks at you.
And then I'm going to walk over here and say, what's down the stairs?
You'd have to go down there and see for yourself.
Hmm.
I have a question. If we try to go down the stairs, are you gonna stop us?
You have to answer 3 questions.
Oh joy!
Am I
Whoever
relaying
crosses
that?
these stairs of death, answer me questions 3. And the other side they see.
Quick question. Is he speaking in Infernal or just regular common?
Once Dr. Carter steps forward with common, he responds in common.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I know Infernal, but I mean I can speak.
Oh, you do?
That's fine.
Okay, if you're speaking in Infernal, he'll respond to you in Infernal.
Sprechen Sie Common?
Sure.
Sure.
And actually, you, as he says sure, you hear it telepathically.
Ooh,
Oh.
I like it.
I know someone who's great with questions. Dr. Connors, you are learned.
Oh Jesus Christ! All right.
Oh, wait, what's your name?
Are you stepping forward?
Oh, well, what? No, I'm going to stand here, but what's your name?
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
Phil.
Phil, hold on.
That sounds like a name Killy just made up because there wasn't a name for it.
I don't care.
That's still pretty good. Let me write that down. Phil.
This sounds very Grail-like right now.
Yeah, right. What is your name?
I am he who guards the stairs unseen into the depths below, but you may call me Philip.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. I'll answer your questions, Philp.
What is your name?
Oh. My name is Kurt Connors.
What do you seek?
This is what was going on.
We seek. What's that bitch's name? Hydra. We seek the Hydra. The evil water
3 seconds.
person. Oh, Hydra.
What is your favorite color?
Blue. I mean, green.
Right then.
Blue.
Right then, off you go. And he gestures you down the steps.
Cool.
You begin to descend down the stairs. The rest of you watches this creature just lets him go down.
Do we all have to answer, or is that a group question?
All must answer these questions 3 to air the other side, you see.
Oh.
Go for it, Crow.
You know, it's never good to give somebody the fucking your own name from your own mouth.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
All right. What the rest of you do was Dr. Connors kind of moves beyond the steps.
Can I see the bottom of the steps?
Dr. Connors can. Dr. Connors, I'll say, as you descend down, it goes down a large stone pillar, and it descends down into darkness. To save you some time, it will descend back down into, as you go down, it descends back down into the central fane.
Oh, all right.
And since I entered the room, do I get any sense that he even noticed that I was there?
Or do you try to descend down the steps?
Not yet. I just moved up to here. I'm just seeing if he takes any notice at all.
Make an insight check. You hear telepathically in your mind, "Don't even try it, smart elf."
All right, fine. I want to go down the stairs.
In order to pass these stairs of death, you must answer me these questions 3. What is your name?
Kentar.
What do you seek?
Away down to this, away down to the lower end of this temple.
What do you do with your hair to get it that way?
Just shower.
All right, then off you go.
All right.
I'll go next. I would like to go down the stairs.
To pass through these stairs of death, you must answer me these questions 3. What is your name?
Friar Tuck.
What do you seek?
Alcohol. All the time.
Ha! What is the name of the god that gave you that? And he points at your large dick.
Ruh-roh.
No god gave me this. This is pure 100% meat.
Make a persuasion check.
That's the thing. Hang on. Just-
Karen's like, I've never had to roll persuasion before.
He gives you a long, hard look and he watches these insectoid eyes begin to peer kind of deeply against you. And then he leans back and he says, good enough, off you go. I like you.
I love that you rolled an 18 and you have -1 to your fucking persuasion roll.
Yep.
But it'd be fun if it was anything less than the 15. Dagon, you're up if you're going to go past.
Yep, I'm gonna go past.
All right, still invisible. He puts his trident out to block the way. He says, "In order to cross these stairs of death, you must answer me these questions 3.
Okay.
What is your name?
Tegan.
What do you seek?
I seek a way to end these questions 3.
What am I?
You are a lizard mesolith.
Did you just butcher the shit out of that name?
Nope.
I'm pretty sure it's Mesoloth? Whatever.
He gestures you forward.
Ah, dang it. All right.
As soon as you move forward, he trips you with his sight. Or attempts to trip you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm not a
All right,
wizard,
you dodge it. He dodges it, and he just gives you the stink eye. I'll save you a whole lot of time. As you descend down, you all descend down back over here.
Oh, that's right.
Where?
Over here.
Right near where we killed the lizard people.
Oh.
So basically, where we want to go is over here.
I'm there twice.
Yeah, that set of stone steps seems like it leads down.
Pour one out for Honeydew. Pour one out for Orange Amber Crab. Everyone remember him? He was pretty cool.
Oh, wait a minute. Joey, in the upper left-hand corner, right?
hmm
Was that not where the fire node was?
Yeah.
Copy. Yes, the upper left-hand corner is where the fire node as well as an entrance into the fire temple would be.
Okay. And then down at the lower end here, this is where the water node entrance is, so it's further down below us.
Yes.
But that's the only two nodes.
So the descent down into the water node is where that arrow is marked right over here,
Right.
and next to these plunging waterfall. As for the fire one, the temple entrance, is somewhere over here. Oh, I think what it is this disc goes both up and down.
Did we go down that?
No, you haven't touched that disc going up or down.
Oh, so really these are okay. Then this would be like really the last two places to go to both of the remaining nodes that we have to go to.
More or less.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around because I knew we'd been here before.
Mhm.
All right.
And there's also, for what it's worth, like half of the water temple you didn't explore.
Yeah.
Well, we could always go back, but
Yeah.
while we're here,
Yep. The more interesting shit is down those areas.
okay. Oh, you mean for the water temple?
For the water node or the whatever.
Oh no! But when you saying the more interesting shit is down those, I was sitting there thinking, what of the water temple that we've already explored? You mean other
No.
than the giant dragon turtle and the fucking hell
Nah,
spawn?
Nah, you got the interesting shit there already.
Okay. So we came down right over here.
Yep.
All right, so we're down, or are we down?
Yep. So let me drag you over there. There.
Hey guys, let's not go
So-
back up that way.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Shit.
did you say oh shit because I said don't go back that way?
No, I think.
No.
you did something else.
I
Oh.
48 points. I dragged over the token for the snake, and it didn't drag over his hit points or anything else. So it's got to be a fixed thing.
And I'm there twice.
Yeah, you are. You're still back where you were sleeping originally.
Where's your second one?
Right here.
Up in the room.
Where the king was.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
So before we go any further, I'm going to take 10 minutes, cast Rary's telepathic bond on us.
Okay.
Okay. That way we can all kind of, game plan it out, like if we run into anything, because we know we're going to run into something here. Should we follow the path of the water to see if we can find the water temple
Yeah, let's do it.
or the water node?
Mhm.
All right.
If you want to just go straight down into the water node, you can go straight down into the node.
Well, let's
Let's
do
do
that
it.
then.
Okay.
It's easier to move us all together.
If I'll just drag you up there, drag yourselves up there, either or, and then let me go ahead and copy paste, and we'll descend down. Let's get rid of the stat for the Mezzoloth because we're not dealing with him anymore. And give me just a second.
Oh wait, so we already fought the prophet of the fire people, but we haven't been to the actual node.
You
Okay.
haven't fought the Prophet of the Fire. You've been mentioned. The name has been mentioned, but you haven't fought the Prophet of
No,
the Fire.
prophet
Yeah,
of Earth.
we've-
Prophet of Earth.
Yeah, we done
Prophet of
air and
Earth.
earth.
Yeah, Earth you fought down in that node there.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. I was getting a little confused.
Do I have? I didn't turn on Fog of War for this map, did I?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
And now I'm terrified.
and then it was black.
Da, 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 da. All right, so you're down here. There. And okay, so as you descend down, the walls in here are rough and slippery. As you descend down, you're next to this very steep waterfall with rapids spreading out over the place. It is dimly lit down here with blue and green glows that radiate from the water itself. Most of the water in here is about 20 feet deep.
Okay. How tall are the ceilings?
40 feet.
40 feet tall?
Yep.
Well, is that a boat?
So, yes, as you descend down, there's a loud waterfall next to you that pours into this cavern. The stairs are wet, and they descend down into this central basin. Where the stairs meet the surface, you see an iron post that juts at an angle, and this flat boat that is tied to it. There are tunnels that continue off to the northeast and the northwest that channel from the pool. Above the pool of water, hovering in the air, is a 7-foot diameter globe of water.
Okay.
I shoot it with my bow.
Oh.
As soon as the arrow goes through, it gets stuck in the water.
Okay.
I'd like to move closer to the boat.
Okay.
I'll move closer to
The water, the steps are a little slippery, but you're able to get down there without significant difficulty.
Um. Um. Okay. We still have our flying carpet.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, because I don't know that I feel safe. A rickety fucking thing. Um. I say we unfurl the flying carpet and climb aboard.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So I guess we all do that, and we. And does it look like most of these passages are traversable with carpet?
The ceiling is high enough that you think you could manage.
All right.
So I'm sorry, I think I gave you the wrong distance before. You know what? I apologize. I read the wrong thing to you. So the cavern ceilings are 10 feet above the water. So it's going to be a tight fit, but you might be able to get by with the carpet.
Tell you what we'll do. Have the snake just like grab the carpet with its teeth, but have its body on the boat, and we can
Well, a
save
snake can
room.
climb on top of Dr. Connors.
Hey,
It's
he wants to bring the boat with us. Why don't we just tie a rope to the boat instead of making the snake do it?
Okay. I just thought it would be a funny scene.
It would be pretty hilarious.
All right. Let's get on the carpet and give it a shot, and then we'll tie. We'll pull the
boat along with us.
Pull the boat along with us. Who wants to hold the rope?
I'll hold it. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So we're on the carpet.
All right.
All
right.
So there we were, showing him the world on a magic carpet ride.
Where you guys want to go first? Northwest or
Yep.
northeast?
You're the captain now.
This was your idea. You choose.
Oh, thanks. Let's go northeast.
Tuck, as they're discussing their plans of what to do next, an
Mhm.
image is projected into your mind. You see yourself surrounded by adoring women and have bottomless tankards of
Women.
alcohol being presented to you. All the alcohol you could ever want, and it tastes amazing. You were given awards and gold and lauded as a perfect brewmaster.
What's your wisdom save, everyone?
And then the image fades.
As I let out a deep sigh.
Hmm.
Oh.
So sad.
Dreaming again.
I mentioned to everyone that I was just presented something enticing. So I think something's amuck in here.
Mm.
I think somebody's going to try and play with our mind.
Okay.
Well, we should all keep each other accountable, just in case one of us is overcome.
I just want to see what I. Hold on 1 second. Oh. Where the hell is that at?
Hmm.
Scroll. What do we have? Nope. Okay.
What? What's up?
Oh, I was trying to. I forgot that I used that spider climb scroll. I was gonna say it might be easier to just walk along the ceiling.
It's pretty wet.
Spider climb, baby.
I don't know if it matters with spider climb, but I got you.
All
All
right.
right.
So we're just going through this cave, being cave people, caving it up.
Up
All right.
up to the northeast, I think.
Well, all right. Well, say you're on the carpet. You'll have to be very tightly together, but just drag yourselves in the direction you want to go.
That way.
All right. The cave or the cavern curves back around with water, and it seems like it empties into some sort of basin towards the south.
Keep going.
All right.
Oh, well, I could have done that.
All right. As you make your way forward, it seems like there's a cavern to the northeast that the water is just kind of trickling out of, and the water descends down into a roaring waterfall that plunges below.
Oh yeah, did we want to check out that orb? Does that
Mm,
seem important to anyone? No? Okay.
I don't think that one does.
Okay.
Um, did we bring any of the water cultist robes along?
They weren't
Lighting a
wearing robes.
campfire.
Oh,
Well, I take that back. They were. It's just some of the cultists were wearing robes. My bad.
yeah, I didn't think about grabbing any because I didn't know about them. So I'll just keep going to the right.
Okay. As you continue on, make a wisdom saving throw for me. Okay. You feel like an image is trying to form in your mind, but you shake it off, focused on the task.
That's my boy.
As you continue along,
Oh,
peering into the cavern beyond, you can see there is a ribbon of dry land that hugs the walls of this cavern. The walls are covered with the symbols of elemental water carved in chalk. In the center of this cavern is a wrought iron cage that dangles from a rope that is latched to a stalactite. 3/4 of the cage hangs submerged into the pool, and inside the cage are at least a dozen humanoids with the water elemental symbol of water raised in a scar in every brow. Their hands are tied together, and they grasp at the bars as they're struggling to keep their mouths above water. Amongst some of them, some forms are still face down inside the cage.
I'm not getting off the carpet. I'm gonna move closer and ask them if they need help.
Please get us out of here!
Good enough for me.
real fast. You said it was hanging from the ceiling,
Yes.
but it's a wrought iron cage.
It's a wrought iron cage hanging or tied to a stalactite on the ceiling by rope.
And do I get the impression that the water there is very, very deep?
It's deep enough that if the cage were to drop into it, they would all drown.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna. That's what I was wondering. um. Uh. Tuck, do you think you can jump off and try to pry the cage open while standing on top of the cage?
Probably. I can give it a shot.
And at this point, I would ask for Tegan to cast guidance on Tuck.
Okay.
See if Tuck can kind of use a crowbar or whatever and see if he can open the cage up.
Okay.
I'm gonna. If we get a little closer, I'm gonna see if I can jump on top of the cage.
Okay, on top of it.
Which side's the door or the gate?
We'll say it's on this side.
Well, we can hover over that way.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hanging with my arms on top of the cage, but my body is beside the cage.
So
supporting myself so that I only have one arm available.
Okay, but you're using the cage to support your weight.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
The cage begins to sink with you on top of it, and those who are trapped within the cage are struggling to keep their mouths above water.
Jump off the cage, jump off the cage.
If I jump, I want to jump back on the carpet. Does the cage stop sinking?
No.
Well then.
All you've done is put more tension on the rope and push it down further.
I got this.
Good.
I'm going to use Conjure Animals to summon some sort of aquatic creature to push the cage back up.
You have to specify what aquatic creature you're summoning.
I need to look up a list of what I'm allowed to summon.
While he's doing that, Kent's going to grab the immovable rod out of the bag of holding.
That's smart. Beast?
And if you're wondering what I was going to do with the immovable rod, I was going to wedge it in between the bar and activate it so it can't go anywhere.
So you get out the immobile rod, hand it to you, and you get it in, you push the button so that the cage cannot sink any more than it already has.
Correct.
At this point, those who have their hands bound are very tired. They're sinking into the water, coming up, trying to grab a breath where they can, and then sinking back into the water.
Now,
I assume...
I can summon 2 giant octopuses to try and push it back up, I guess.
Okay.
And if I have it latched in at the top of the cage, I assume the cage isn't made in square sections, so I assume that there's a length of bar that it could probably move up before I could get it under and jam it in again. But that's your call.
I'll say for the sake of ease that Miles conjures these 2 octopus, which move under the cage. Miles, I'll give you combat control over these later if need be, but for now, just go ahead and roll a d20 and add 3 to the roll. Roll it twice.
And if
okay, between between both of the octopus, they begin to push the cage a little bit more out of the water. Enough
Did you
that
say
those
there's
are
land
the
nearby?
there's the trickle of land on the outer edge of the cavern.
Okay. Let's tow it over there, I guess.
Okay.
I'll undo the rod.
Sure. So, with the help of the giant octopus, you manage to push the cage onto the giant trickle of land. Or at least enough to where it's not sinking in the water anymore.
Cool.
Okay.
Get down and see if we can pry that door open now. I'm going to jump on the land,
Okay.
and I do have a crowbar, I do believe. I'm going to try and use that on the door/lock.
And you have guidance.
All right. All right. So, make a strength check. You attempt to pry the bars loose or try to at least wedge it a little bit. This is a particularly strong iron cage. At this point, one of them will speak up and they'll say,
Guidance.
you do have guidance if you want to burn that.
Oh, I do. This one.
1d4.
4. I'll try it.
All right. You push and pull with all your might, and eventually the bar begins to give way. And there's enough room that the few individuals who are in there begin to kind of wedge their way out of the cage, their hands still bound.
I can begin untying their hands.
Okay. You untie as you begin to untie their hands, as you go through all of them, they begin to catch their breath, and they look at you with curiosity.
You're welcome.
They look at one another, and then they look at you, and they say, "You're part of them diamond bears, right?"
The one and only.
God's
And
got a good price.
I'll kind of flex my chest towards them a little bit and be like, yeah, that's us. Because I have a giant bear in my chest. Made of diamonds.
Hi. God's got a good price on your heads.
Yeah?
Roll initiative.
I just want someone we saved to be grateful.
They're afraid of whoever this Gar character is more than they're afraid of you.
Alright. Giant octopus.
Yeah, I'll give you a control.
I like.
It'll be in your journal somewhere.
Alright. I need the roll for initiative.
All right. At the start of Will's turn, not wanting to fight unarmed men, he's going to drop a hypnotic pattern on top of all of them. Which is going to hit the octopus. So the octopus will have to make a saving throw. And this is DC to be a 17.
What type of saving throw, sorry?
A wisdom saving throw,
Wisdom.
I believe. Yep.
I'll be right back.
Fail, 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 fail. Success, fail, fail, success. All right. So, giant octopus is stunned. One of them is. And then only 2 of the remaining prisoners remain unstunned, as they're dazed by this hypnotic pattern. And Will cries out, "We don't want to fight unarmed men, just leave."
I don't remember how long hypnotic pattern lasts.
Until somebody spends an action to shake them. If it takes any damage, or someone else uses an action to shake them out of their stupor. Then it's Ka's
1
turn.
minute. Okay. Am I allowed to? So they're in between like 4 of them, or are they like on an embarkment? I don't know. I don't know what this situation is. I'm a snake, so I'm small, but I'm also a player
You're
tile,
giant.
so I'm not. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you're not really. You're enough
Okay.
that somebody can maneuver around you, but not so much that you can easily slither around per se. I'll say that if you really want to get into the legs of one of the stunned ones and bite at one of the ones that isn't stunned, I'll let you do that, though.
All right, I'll do that.
All right.
I'm gonna bite that one right here.
Yeah, you also have a reach of 10 feet, so if you
Yeah,
don't use
yeah,
the
that's
storm
fine.
and whatever, then...
Yeah.
All right. So the bite will connect with that individual. And... the con save has failed. That prisoner is already pretty badly injured, and the poison seems to overwhelm their body. They just die.
Yeah.
Dr. Connors.
Guess I'm just gonna kind of squeeze around them to get over here. Is that a thing?
No.
Or I guess I'm still on the carpet, maybe. I don't know where I'm
You're-
at.
I think you're still on...
I'm on the land.
You're on the land.
Okay, whatever. I'll just attack this first one here.
Okay. With advantage because it's stunned, so we'll count to
Alright.
24 as the first attack. And...
I need the rural frostbrand. Oh, that doesn't
Okay.
matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter. All right. So Frostbrand misses. Iron Fang does not. And... all right. It strikes into the prisoner, who is shaken out of its stupor and cries out in pain. As for the now...
Kaz gonna attack that one.
Okay.
Right out in pain.
All right. So the one who's cried out in pain, Ka comes in and bites him, and the poison courses through his veins, and it takes him.
Kaz says, "Shh."
This one looks around at his friends next to him. He will spend his action to wake another individual out of his stupor, who will then spend his individual to wake another one out of his stupor, and so on and so forth until they're all broken out of the hypnotic pattern.
Right.
And then once that's done...
Tegan's turn.
The couple of these guys are going to back up to make some room here. All right. Yes, Tegan's turn.
They're all unarmed still, right?
They're all unarmed. They've been trapped in this cage for a while, and they're kind of desperately striking out at you, hoping that they can take you over.
What? You know what? I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna attack someone who's unarmed.
Okay, you hold your action.
Yep.
Kent.
Are they all basically?
Shitheads, yeah.
Yeah. Firebolt at the closest one,
Okay.
since it appears that they're already attacking us.
All right. The firebolt connects. He cries out in pain as the fire kind of engulfs him. He looks terrified.
As well, he should. And Kent's hanging onto the carpet.
All right. Tuck. Before you make an attack, go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw for me. Okay. Once again, an image is attempted to be projected into your mind. You see brief glimpses of this fame and fortune that you saw earlier, and then but you manage to focus on the task before you.
I am going to attack the one in front of me.
Okay. A 14 will connect with this prisoner, and you just knock her out cold.
I'm going to walk forward and hit the other one.
All right. It also connects. It hits hard, and it reels back, looking surprised. And following through with the strike, you punch him so hard. You punch him so hard in the gut, you hear an audible as he reels back, kind of barely on his own legs, looking exhausted.
That's fun.
The octopus's turns. One is still stunned from the hypnotic pattern.
This one's gonna wake up that one,
Okay. All right.
and that one is going to swim over here and surprise attack on that person.
All right. All right. It wraps a tentacle in around this individual who cries out for help as it happens, and they are grappled by the tentacle of this large octopus.
Awesome, and then pulled underwater.
They are pulled underwater.
He's gonna use his remaining movement to just go down under the water, try and
Okay.
drown this bitch.
It's Will's turn.
Guys, I'll be back in a minute. I know I'm kind of far down in the turn order, but if just pick one close to me, firebolt, if it comes down to it.
Okay.
All right.
Will, shaking his head, is going to look at the most injured individual and will cast Vicious Mockery against him. He fails, grasping his head in psychic pain as he rears back. You can see blood pouring out of his ears. Ka.
I guess I can get over these dead bodies here. And attack both of these.
Both attacks will land.
1 and 2.
They will fail their constitution saves. The poison will take them both.
Yeah, I'll move to here with my last movement, and that'll be it.
Sure. Dr. Connors.
I will jog over to here and look this last one in the eye and say, was the price on our heads worth it? And then,
It'll be worse if I fail.
You could join us, help us defeat whoever is putting you in cages and threatening your life, the one you fear.
Just kill me.
Okay.
8 will miss, as will 13. He ducks and dodges out of the way as Ka comes in for the bite. He manages to shake off the worst of the poison and is still standing. The one who is being dragged under by the octopus is going to use his action to attempt to free himself. Doing so, and he will swim back up to the shore, coughing up. The one next to you is going to attempt to simply strike you with his fist. You know what? I take that back. He's going to attempt to grapple you and grab your sword. Go ahead and make an opposed. Go ahead and make an opposed dexterity saving throw. We'll say. He tries to wrest the sword from your grasp, but you yank it back and you hold on to it. Tegan.
They're still all unarmed. I'm not going to do anything. I'm holding my action again.
Kent. And assuming he's gone, I'll just do the firebolt roll. All right. A firebolt is let loose against the prisoner who just crawled back up onto land, and he is incinerated. Tuck.
I'm gonna walk up to the guy who was being difficult and punch him in the face, or hit him in the face with the staff.
All right. You clock him so hard you break his jaw, and you hear part of his neck snap as he falls down. You're out of combat.
Wow, that was incredibly unsatisfying.
Dr.
Kill a bunch of
Connors,
unarmed people.
Dr. Connors, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Is this magical?
No.
Okay.
An image floods into your mind. You're human again. You have your arm again. You're saving lives with your science, with your alchemical work. You've done brilliant alchemical work in order to help those who have lost limbs in war to regain them. You're watching as the afflicted are cured of disease, thanks to your research.
Must be a premonition.
And the image fades.
Cool. So Tuck, you said you were getting some mind feedback earlier, right? What was going on with that? Because I think
Yes.
I'm getting the same thing.
It's happened a couple of times since, but I've been able to avoid it.
Weird. I hope I'm not losing time when this happens. I don't know. But yeah, if I start acting weird, just knock me out, because I might not be myself. All right, let's get back on that carpet. Am I right?
What do you do with the octopus?
How long can I keep that?
They last for up to an hour.
Yeah, I'll just keep them in the water. They can follow us.
Okay.
As we tow the boat.
All right. Continue on where you wish.
Sure. Dead end. Go down this.
You want to go down the waterfall?
Is that a waterfall? I don't know. No,
That's a
I don't
waterfall.
really want to go down a water. But we'll lose the boat. We should go back the way we came, I guess.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, good call.
All right.
Hey,
You
I've
return
seen
to the
this
central. You return to the central chamber. This large floating orb of water still floating above the central basin.
All right. And we'll head up this way.
Okay.
Ooh, another waterfall. We'll avoid that.
The current here moves very swiftly to a small rocky island that splits the waterway north and south, and you hear the sound of falling water louder on the southern end even.
All right. Let's go past the waterfall, I guess.
As you continue onward, Dr. Connors make another wisdom saving throw. You feel like a presence is trying to affect you, but you easily shake it off.
Damn. Does it seem? Well, I guess if I shook it off, not.
So have these other two told us that both of them are now receiving
Yeah,
these
I
visions?
told the group.
Okay, I didn't know if you just told him or if you told the group.
Oh yeah, no, I
Okay.
said it loud enough. I wasn't keeping it a secret.
As preparation, I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
That's smart.
Okay. Continuing on into the chamber beyond. You can make out the waterway dead ends into a long cavern where there's the distant sound of the falls that go off of the walls here. You can barely make it out, but there is a passage underneath of the water where the walls are constructed of worked stone. There are the mosaics that are red and black, painted red and black underneath the water, that are carved to look like tentacles that flank a set of black marble doors. There are reliefs of long, curving fangs that line the arc of the doorway underwater, and hanging along the nets nearby are is the familiar sight of giant crabs, though, which Dr. Connors reminds you of your lost compatriot. As you fly by on the carpet, they regard you for a minute and climb up on the nets, but seeing you, they hold back.
As they should.
Do these doors go all the way to the ceiling? Can we see that yet? Or do we need to
The
get closer?
doors are underwater.
So, what's above water there? Is it a wall?
Dead end. In order to continue on this direction, you need to go underwater.
Right, but you said the doors are underwater, but we're above the water, so I assume there's a wall that goes from the doors to the ceiling? Up?
Stone wall, yes.
Okay, alright, that's what I was wanting to confirm. Okay.
Only because I just got back, I assumed that we could not go down this waterfall.
You
We
chose
didn't
not
try.
to.
Oh.
It was a waterfall, and I didn't really trust that, so we just went back around the other way.
You went into this cavern full of nets with these giant crabs, which reminds especially Dr. Connors of his lost compatriot. They climb the nets for a minute, looking hostile, but as they see Dr. Connors, they pull back.
Gotcha.
I would
Alright.
telepathically tell Dr. Connors, why don't you ask the octopus to see if they can open the doors?
That's a great idea. Octopi, come hither, open these doorzos.
The doorway itself is actually 40 feet under the water.
I mean, they're octopuses,
But they
right?
can open it. Yeah, they pull it open with ease if you command them to do so.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. Sure. They open it.
All right, they open the doors.
Does that change the water levels or anything in this room?
It doesn't appear to.
Well, I think we have to dive. Or can they? These guys can scout. Yeah, I'll have one of them walk through the door.
Okay.
What's going on? They
can
can't telepathically, so they'll have to come back and give me notes. So if something happens to them, we won't know.
They're
like-
octopus. They can't. No, they can't. They can't just tell you what's on the other side.
I have like communication powers with them. I'm pretty sure we can like charades it out here.
Only because
I'm Aquaman, man.
only because I have to discern it. There's a separate spell for communicate with animals. Unless you have that.
But I am totally with you what you're saying. Let me just find what I'm talking about. You have an innate ability to communicate with beings, and they recognize you as a kindred spirit. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas and can read their basic mood, intent, and learn and lean. Okay. Anyways, I can talk to them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So
as a ranger,
I'm not. From a GM perspective, I'm not going to show you what's on the other side of the door here without you going down yourself. What I will say is they communicate to you that there are creatures on the other side, and they feel anxious.
Okay. I think we're at an impasse here because I'm not about to dive down 40 feet, go through a tunnel, and then get killed on the other side. So we can go back the other way and go down the waterfall, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I would have voted waterfall from the beginning.
All right, let's just go back to the waterfall.
That's just me.
That's a good idea. I like it. I mean, we're on a flying carpet. We can just go down the waterfall. I'll leave the octopi up here, I guess.
Well, have them. No. Have them stay down there, and if we end up in the same room as them,
Oh, sure. All right, that's fair.
All right.
And yeah, by the way, I'm not trying to throw a monkey wrench in, but I would have went down the waterfall as soon as we saw it.
I was scared.
Yeah, but which one? The big one or the small one?
All right.
Both.
So you leave the octopus there. You make your way over to the waterfall.
Sure.
All right. The waterfall descends down about 30 feet.
As we're flying back there, I'm like, why didn't you befriend the crabs? Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. That's
All
a
right.
past
You descend
life.
down.
I'm a snake
You
man
descend.
now.
You descend down then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go down.
Okay. There is another waterfall that continues on to the south. As you enter into this area, there's water that is pouring into this cavern from the waterfall to the north, which you already see. All right. In this cavern, there is thick mist that conceals the ceiling, with only an occasional stalactite piercing the fog. The surface of the water undulates in big rolling waves.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. Um,
So if I was to shout Luminos, does my sword brighten up and burn away the fog a little bit?
It lightens up and gives you a better sense of your surroundings just in time to see a large watery creature in plate armor rise out of the depths to attack you. Roll initiative.
Damn.
Roll initiative. Roll initiative. Initiative.
And I'm sorry, it's actually two of them. Okay. Okay.
He crit. He can go first.
I'm missing the snake.
I thought I rolled it.
Yeah,
You
you're
rolled him,
missing
but it didn't show
Miles,
up on the
too.
counter. No, he's there.
It
I was just
did.
missing the
What
snake
it
on
is,
the tie.
it overwrote Miles's with the snakes.
Weird. Okay, well.
Miles.
Miles rolled the
That's-
23, then the snake rolled the 10, and so it put him as a 10 instead of the 23.
Okay.
I see. Okay. All right. So in that case, Kent, you go first.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I figured because he crit.
His total with the crit is still 22. So
What?
Huh?
Me, I crit. That's what he's saying.
Right.
oh, yeah, Dr. Connors. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sure.
You're right.
Fuck it. Talking hasn't worked all night, so I'll just shoot this thing. Here we go.
You
That's
get the
not
sense you
true.
probably. So which one are you shooting? Because you're gonna have disadvantage on the one that's next
The
to you.
one that won't give me disadvantage. I'll shoot that
Okay.
one.
That hits.
Okay.
All right. The arrow pierces into his hide, into
Are
his
they close
watery
enough to
skin.
be bitten?
At this point, yes.
Okay. No, maybe not.
Okay. No, 13 does not connect. Your bite just hits the plate armor of these creatures.
I must have closed my character sheet.
All right, Kent, you're up.
Yeah. Hold on. I must have closed my character sheet when I went to let the dog out. Well, seeing how nothing else is like firing here, let's firebolt at the one next to Miles.
Okay. All right, it connects. You watch as a bit of steam begins to emanate from this creature's body as bits of its watery flesh, whatever you want to call it, seem to just burn away.
All right.
From here, the water elementals One of them is going to attempt to grab the snake. One of them is going to attempt to grab Dr. Connors and shove you off of the carpet. Against the snake, I need him to make a strength check. Just needs to be to 9.
Check or save? Sorry.
Check. Straight check. Straight strength check.
Oh,
Perfect. Good.
The snake is shoved into the water. Miles. Dr. Connors, I should say.
Oh, that's a save. Sorry. Here's a check. Yeah, cool.
You are both shoved off of the carpet and are now in the water.
Cool.
Tegan, you're up.
Okay. So, quick question. We still have those balloon backpacks, correct?
Correct.
If I was to put one on, would that count as an action?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, I think a bonus action would be activating it, but I could be wrong.
I'd have to look at the description of the thing, because I think it might be an action to actually activate it too.
Let me look. Why do we have 2 bags of holding? Balloon
I
pack.
don't know. I think it just duplicated itself somewhere along the line. I'll just delete the copy.
Deploy the balloon as an action and gain the effect of the levitate spell for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have to deploy as an action. If you're
Yeah.
going to equip it, if it's not already equipped, you have to equip it as an action.
I think it's up or
Okay.
down is the bonus part. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna cast Shillelagh on my sword, and I'm assuming I'm close enough to be engaged with this one right here that I'm just gonna hit him. Might as well try it, see how it goes.
All right. With the sword ablaze, you carve into his hide. You hear a soft as bits of water begin to burn away under the fiery embers of your sword.
Yeah, that's my action. My turn.
Okay. Tuck, you're up. You can't move forward and attack because the part of the carpet has been cleared. You're also muted in Discord.
Oh, sorry. I thought I muted myself. So, yeah, I just wanted to move up 1 to see if the carpet was there.
Yep.
Yep. And I will attack this one twice.
Okay. All right. The 12 will miss hard. The 27, the staff will come in, and you think you knock a bit of the water out from him, and it spills down into the basin below. It's kind of hard to hear with the rest of the waterfall, but it does connect. You follow through with a strike, and it just bangs against the plate of this creature.
Okay. Just 1 second. I'm going to try a stunning strike.
All right.
Con save.
Can you link that for me one more time? Just the stunning effect.
Sure. I gotta find it again.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure of something. All right. So make a con save. Fails. He's stunned. All right.
And I'm done.
Okay. Ka has been pulled into the water.
Is he grappled or is he just in?
He's not grappled. He was just pulled into the water.
They just pull them off, push them off, pull them off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine as a snake, he probably moves pretty well under there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty.
He has a
sure
natural swim speed of 30 feet.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I guess he's just gonna try and attack the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
Maybe my protector.
Now,
Oh, no,
because
no,
you're
no, he, yeah,
because you are in a flowing current, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
of course. There you go.
All right. You managed to swim against the water.
And And I guess I'll attack the closest. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. He manages to worm his way between the armor and get a bite in. No con save because he's immune to poison.
Okay.
All right. Will, on his turn, seeing the situation, is going to extend out his hand. You watch as the metal around the unstunned Myrmidon begins to heat up tremendously. All right. He casts it at 3rd level. So he fails the con save. You watch as the metal around the second Myrmidon becomes red hot. At the start of the round, Dr. Connors, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okie doke.
All right. You manage to steel yourself against the strong currents in the water.
And this one next to me is
Stunned.
advantage.
All right.
Hello?
I'm sorry. What was your question?
Oh, I said that's advantage on attacks?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'll attack it with my melee weapons.
All right. So, standing against the currents, you blow out your melee weapons in a desperate attack or swing hard into this individual.
Cool.
All right. And both attacks will land and do the full damage. Bless you.
It's still trying to get shit at. Thank you, though.
Sorry. Okay. Are you done?
The snake's gonna attack again.
All right. The bite will connect. All right. Kent, you're up.
Can I see either one of these, or are they both back in the water?
No, they can see him.
Then I will attack the one that is stunned. And take advantage for the firebolt.
All right. 23 will connect. You watch as a bit of the... Oof, bad on the damage, though.
I know.
All right. You watch as a little bit of the water just burns away.
Yep.
All right. The one who's stunned can't do anything. As for the one who is not stunned, he is going to reach up, and he's going to attempt to pull Tegan into the water. Tegan, I need you to make a opposed strength check.
Okay.
You are pulled off of the carpet and into the water.
Okay.
And you're at next. At the start of your turn, I need you to make a strength saving throw. All right. You're trying to stand against the current, but it is beginning to pull you down.
I am going to burn my guidance.
Okay. All right. You don't have to be pulled if you don't want to.
And then I am going to... Am I at the surface of the water?
Yes.
Okay.
You're kind of trying to stay afloat.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to jump out of the water, and then I'm going to use my wild shape to turn into a giant eagle.
Okay. In that case, I need you to make an athletics check.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're not able to just get your way out of the water. It's too quick. You can still try to turn yourself to an eagle, but you're going to be an eagle in the water.
Since I couldn't get out of the water, I will use my wild shape to turn into a giant octopus then.
Okay. Let me find the giant octopus.
I so
Giant
thought.
octopus.
I so thought though.
Well, again, this list I have for what I can turn into is horrible, so I don't know all the
Things.
right. And
All right. So we'll say that this is you. You should
Okay.
have access to the character sheet if you can just shift click the token to pull it up. All right. So
Maybe.
bonus action, shift
I
and double click
should-
the token.
There
Hold
it
shift
goes.
and double click the token.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It
All right.
wasn't first.
All right.
Okay.
So that's your bonus action to wild shape.
Let me double check. I thought that was actually full action. Wild shape. Where are you?
Yeah, it is your action. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So
that's
you
what I
use your
thought.
action to turn. All right.
Yep.
All right. You're now an octopus.
Yep. And then I'm still close enough to be engaged by him. I'm assuming, so I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
I will just sit here.
Tuck, you're up.
Advantage on the stunned one.
Yes.
I will hit him.
All right. Okay. Both attacks will land hard.
Flurry of blows.
Yep. All right. Every one of those attacks will land. You watch as bits of this creature's form are beginning to rapidly dissipate.
And that flurry of blow, I'm going to try and push him back. Strength save.
Okay. Let me double check stun because it might be that he's still
Oh,
he
maybe.
automatically fails. Automatically fails strength and dex saves, so he's pushed back 5 feet, right?
15.
15. All right. You push this creature back, who's stunned and automatically fails the save. You can, if you want, use reaction to attack him. Dr. Connors, you can if you want to use your reaction to attack him, as can Ka, I think, for that matter. All right. Your attack will land, the bite will land, frostbrand will land. All right. This one that was stunned is looking pretty bad and on the ropes, but all right. All right, he's looking bad and pretty badly stunned and everything, but he's otherwise still standing. All right, Ka, I need Ka to make a strength saving throw. All right, he stays put. Okay,
Gonna attack that closest one.
all right. The bite will connect. You watch as some of the form begins to dissipate just a little bit. Will is going to use his action to continue to focus on the heat metal on that creature. All right, and that creature automatically takes 11 points of fire damage, as Will maintains a focus on the spell. At the top of the round is Dr. Connors.
Need to roll a strength saving throw. And then I'm going to try and swim down here to attack this guy.
Okay.
Assuming he's still on the surface.
All right. If you're going to do that, I need you to make an athletics check. All right. You manage to right your body just right with the flow of the current that you can get down to attack him if you wish.
Cool. It just so happens I do wish.
All right. Both attacks will land.
You with the high rolls.
Yeah, I know, right?
This creature looks like he's about to dissipate.
Yeah, he is.
Kent, you're up.
Oh, Ka's gonna attack.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was my bad.
All right. That bite does connect. You watch as a little bit more of his form begins to dissipate. But that one is still standing somewhat strong. All right, Kent.
Firebolt again at the one that Dr. Connors was attacking.
All right. As the fire connects, you watch as bits of water begin to kind of sizzle and crackle, and the plate just begins to drop into the currents below.
Right on.
As for this elemental, he engaged the octopus, is going to draw his large flail, and he is going to empower it with what looks like some sort of frosty brand, and he is going to swing 3 times into the giant octopus. All right. So that first strike is going to hit for 17 points. His second strike, what's his AC? Is the octopus? Your AC is only 11 as the octopus, so
Yep.
the second strike will land too for 11 points, and the third strike will land for 14 points. Tegan, you're up.
Okay. I am going to. You know what? I'm just going to hit him. Why
Okay.
not? See what happens.
All right, 24 does land, and he's grappled within your tentacles.
Okay.
Tuck, you're up.
Um, I can go here and still be on the carpet.
Yes.
I will attack that guy twice.
All right. Okay. So both attacks from the quarterstaff will land. The unarmed strike will not.
And,
You punch hard, and your knuckles almost crack under the impact from the plate, as this creature manages to shift its body in time. Ka is up next. And I need him to make a... And actually, well, you're fine with the octopus. But Ka, make a strength saving throw. All right, he's fine.
I'll attack that guy.
All right.
With not advantage.
Doesn't matter. 17 doesn't hit.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's going to continue to use heat metal. And burn him pretty damn hard. You watch as this creature looks like he's beginning to be kind of on his last legs. Dr. Connors, make a strength save. You manage to stand against the current.
I'm gonna try and athletics roll.
All right.
Was I able to swim over?
No. You don't move at all.
Cool.
You try to swim against the current. The current's too strong. You're not able to push yourself. You're able to stand. You're able to stand to where you don't move any closer to the waterfall to the south, but not enough to where you can move back up.
How far away is he? Oh, he's like 20 feet away. God.
Would it matter?
A 10-foot cone, right?
What? Yeah, for poison spray, yeah, it's only.
Not going to move very far.
Yeah, that's not gonna make it. I guess that is my turn. I'm not gonna try and use a bow while I'm swimming. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm not a water poloist, so.
All right.
I guess I'll
Kent?
just-
Firebolt.
All right. .25 will land. You watch as bits of fire begin to burn off of him. He looks like he's about ready to collapse, but he still stands. All right. At the beginning of his turn, his frost brand does recharge, so he empowers it once again and strikes 3 times at the octopus.
Quick question.
Mhm.
It was something I noticed earlier. Now, I know that evocation empowerment affects my regular spells, but as Firebolt is an evocation cantrip, Should
Mhm.
my thing where it adds my intelligence modifier go into that as well?
Yes.
Okay, because it's not.
Okay. On your character sheet there,
Yeah, hold on.
you'll notice the global damage modifier. Anytime you want to add that damage in, you just put the check mark right next to it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So when you cast another firebolt, it'll add that extra. Well, that didn't do it there. Why did it not do that?
I don't know.
It wasn't check. Oh, because it was on check mark. Hang on. There it goes. Okay.
Oh.
So that's where I'll add the extra 4 damage.
Okay.
So I'll let you do it now if you want to add the 4 damage. I'll say he's still standing, but
Yeah, that's fine. If that's cool.
okay.
For a total of 9.
But yep. All right.
I didn't
So
see that. Thank you, Killy.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so that first swing into the octopus is going to do a full total of 10 points. So Kent, you drop out of your transmord form, and then this creature is going to swing into you 2 more times empowered. That first strike doing 13 points.
Okay.
The second strike doing 12, and your speed is reduced by 10, which just means it's going to make it that much more difficult to get out of the water. At the start of your turn, go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
You are pulled 10 feet in the direction of the current.
Okay. And let's see. I'm still technically engaged, so I'm gonna turn around and hit the Myrmidon with this.
Miss. You try to claw into him swimming against the current, and he manages to just shift his form, weak though he is, and you're not able to connect.
Okay.
Tuck, you're up.
Actually, can I do? No, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
All right.
I will just begin.
All right. 13 and 15 will both miss. He raises his flail and parries both attacks. And the 15 just cracks against the armor. No dice.
Good enough.
It's funny because you're low. You roll a 2 and you still get a 13 on the roll. All right. Kyle makes the strength save. The bite comes in. And with the bite, the bite misses with 13. No, he's not able to find a weak point within the form and does not connect. That being said, Will still got his heat metal going, and that's going to burn away the form of this creature. So you're out of combat. 3 of you are in the water.
Who's all in the water besides me?
The snake, Dr. Connors, and you.
Okay.
The other 3 companions are on the carpet above you.
All right. If I can get them to bring the carpet
Yeah.
30 feet within range of me, I'm gonna swim over to Dr. Connors. That's down current.
Okay. I need
then-
you, if that's what you're going to do, to make a strength saving throw. Excuse me,
Okay.
an athletics check. My bad. So just make a athletics check.
Doesn't matter. It's just as bad.
No, it's
Okay.
worse.
No, it's just as bad.
You are just dragged 10 feet more in the direction of the current.
All right.
Okay. Then I need Dr. Connors trying to swim to me,
Okay.
and I can get us out of the water.
What are those you on the carpet doing?
I'm moving closer with the carpet
Okay, to who?
to Tegan.
All right, you swim close. You direct the carpet closer to Tegan. Dr. Connors, make an athletics check. No. Now make a strength saving throw. You are pulled 10 feet closer to the waterfall. And go ahead and make a strength saving throw for Ka. All right, Ka still stands where he is. As you move the carpet down there, Ka climbs on board.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Gotta make me do this.
Make another athletics check.
Hold on, before I do that. If you allow me, I am going to go ahead and use my wild shape to switch into a crocodile.
All right,
You don't have to go grab the icon. It ain't going to stay that long.
sure.
And then I'm going to swim towards Dr. Connors.
Okay, he'll still have
I'd
to make a
assume-
strength check with the crocodiles. It's just going to be a lower DC.
have crocodile, so
Let me see. No. Okay, so I have to drag it out. Just regular crocodile?
yeah, just anything that I was hoping to avoid having to do. I could be able to swim against the current.
Okay. What's the highest challenge rating you can morph into?
I can do up to challenge rating of 1.
Okay, so regular croc. All right, so I'll just drag the token out there.
Crocodiles have a swim speed of 30, right? So they can swim.
Yes, but it's a
Oh,
tough
okay.
current, so he still has to swim against the current. And this is Crow.
Story of a girl.
All right, so that should be in your character journal
Yep,
now. You
I
can
got it
shift
now.
double click token.
All right, now I can do the strength check.
Strength save.
I hate strength.
You're just pulled with the current.
All right. We're out of combat though, right?
Yes,
All right.
your companions are being pulled by the current down towards this waterfall.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna scoot the carpet down here with Tuck and the Snake and Will and what do you call it? And because this is starting to look very hopeless, I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna stick the movable rod about halfway down into the water and click the fucker.
Okay.
Not the metagame this one, but did you remember to grab the immovable rod from the other
Yeah, he
spot
did
you left
earlier.
it?
I
Okay.
remember him saying.
Yeah,
that
he
you
grabbed
were
it.
trying to move
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. All right. As you make your way over in that direction, I need Tegan and Dr. Connors to make another strength saving throw. All right. The crocodile moves 10 feet closer to the waterfall. Dr. Connors, you stay steady.
Cool.
Yeah, I did grab it when he summoned the 2 octopi.
Making sure.
In your crocodile form, you see Kent sticking this rod next to the waterfall.
Yeah, it doesn't do me a whole lot of good with Dr. Connors not being near me though.
Just grab it.
Well, how,
And then they can.
No, because I can get out. That's the thing is I was trying to grab you and pull you out too.
well, let me put it this way. How long's a crocodile?
Oh, I can keep it for an hour. I don't have to switch out.
No. How long is the crocodile?
10 feet.
No.
10 feet. How wide is the width of that waterfall?
10 feet.
That staff is dead in the middle of the 10 feet. So your body's going to hit that fucking thing, and then you will be in range of him when he slams into you. I would think.
And here I come. Catch me. I'm gonna catch you.
See? Giant crocodile shouldn't be able
Yeah,
to
but
get
now he's gonna make me do an athletics check to try to grab the stupid rod because I'm a crocodile, right?
I don't think it matters. I think the rod's going to block the shit out of you from going down that waterfall.
That would depend on Kent sticking it in the waterfall.
Well, I'm at the top of the waterfall.
Here's the thing. I want this to not work, but I can't find a reason for it to not work.
You should be like on our side. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'll have to allow it. You take the immovable rod and you just stick it there, and as they slowly are struggling against the water, you hear this eventual thump.
Well, that's
thump,
where I was getting at.
as this gigantic crocodile just kind of blocks this hefty waterfall hitting against the immovable rod, and Dr. Connor is basically being pushed against the body of this gigantic crocodile.
I've created a drain.
Yeah, it's
You
fine.
created a clog.
It's just wasted my wild shape though. Okay, now that I'm against this immovable rod,
And the water is pouring against you.
I'm gonna allow Dr. Connors to grab a hold of the rod.
Don't activate the fucking rod.
Just grab a hold of it. All right, and then I'm gonna shift out of being a crocodile.
Okay.
Grab the rod.
Okay.
All right. Nothing crazy yet, and then
So Dr. Connors, if you want to try to climb over the body of the crocodile and grab the rod, I would say as you climb up, I need you to. Here's what we're going to say, because you're desperate to get out of the water. There's going to be a 10% chance that you click the button and activate the rod.
I mean,
So I'm going to have you roll a d10, and if it's a 1, the rod is activated, or deactivated, shall we say.
okay.
Killy wants
So
you
roll
to go over that waterfall so fucking
So
bad.
roll d10. Okay, it is not deactivated. You climb the rod and are back on the carpet.
All right. So now I am going to change out of crocodile form and grab onto Dr. Connors. Not the rod, but onto Dr. Connors.
Okay, are you
Alright.
are you grabbing onto Dr. Connors, who's grabbed onto the rod?
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
so
then-
just make a dexterity saving throw. It'll be a pretty low DC because he's helping you. Make it with advantage. In fact,
Yeah, right.
Just
You
roll it one
see
more
my-
time.
roll one
my
more time.
rolls tonight. Yeah. Here.
All right,
Here we
good
go.
enough. You grab
right.
his feet. You
right.
feel the rushing current almost trying to pull you in. You're desperately clinging onto his feet.
Okay,
As you're climbing
and
your
then-
way up.
And then I'm gonna cast that and put us both on top of the carpet. I can't do much for the snake, but at least I got him out of there.
Snake's already
Snake's
already on there.
on the carpet.
Oh, okay.
Snake's been with us.
Jeez.
And we're done for the night.
Okay.
Oh,
Before we finish, I will deactivate the immovable rod and hold on to it. Look, guys,
All right.
I'm sorry. I know you were both trying to do shit, but I figured at some point somebody was going to go against that waterfall.
this is fine. All right. I'll.
This is fine.
try tomorrow night. Oh, everything's good. I'm gonna go.
I was thinking of me. All right.
Have a good one, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Before we end, I'm sorry. Before I forget, anybody want to draw from the deck?
Nope.
No.
Okay.